They hate when you elevate. You're stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly. Yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got this whole view to myself. Yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. It's my vocation. Now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Water on bed like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with. I ain't make it this far for myself. Yeah. I had to prove to everybody else. Yeah. I had to set them straight. Yeah. I had to boss. I had to renovate. I know. They hate when you elevate. You're stacking up losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate. Ooh, yeah. Why they wanna bring me down? So much drip, yeah, I almost drowned in it. I can't dim it down. Yeah, I'm way too fired up. I can't simmer down. Ooh, yeah. I see the flashing lights. Make sure the fashion right. Yeah, I'm in my bag tonight. Yeah. Ooh, I might just pull up before it. Watch out, the engine is roaring. It's too loud, you can ignore it. Yeah. This the high life with a few. You can have it all, no need to choose. First, let me demonstrate how you can rise to the top. Yeah, I had to elevate. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what you need, yeah? Man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey? We about it, get the cream, yeah. Why you slacking? Why you talking all the top, boy, you capping? What you need, hey? Yeah, I got it, with the team, yeah. We about it, wow. Get the cream, yeah. Why you slacking? Why you talking all the top, boy, you capping?
Yeah, why you capping? Why you capping, no? Feel like a rubber band, I've been snapping, no. Yeah, I've been up here with my team, so you notice what I mean. We've been going up like...
Oh, what is going on, everybody? The fan base is absolutely pumped for today as Juan Soto is set to be introduced. I don't know if Francis froze there.
Bro,
right?
I see it frozen. Do you hear me?
I hear you, yeah.
That's so weird.
But you're just frozen.
And on my side,
out of nowhere, it just happened out of nowhere.
As soon as we started, it just
That
froze.
is crazy.
Yo, that is nuts. You want me to leave and come back in? No.
Yeah, let's try that real quick. And then I don't know if maybe it's because I did the share screen, maybe the share audio, but it's sharing audio. It's not screen. It shouldn't do that.
I know that is weird.
But let's have you go out and we'll come back in and see what happens.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
All right, guys. So Francis is gonna come right back, but we are gonna have the presser. We're waiting for everything right now. We're going to try to go ahead and make sure that we can get some audio from that as it's going and go from there. But my God, we got 1,000 people in here already. We just began. Guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to NYYU if you have not. What in the hell are you doing? And on top of that, become a member today and come join our Discord server, guys. This is the day Juan fucking Soto is a Yankee. Number 22, baby. It is official. I am ready to go. Now, the Yankees are doing this thing via Zoom. I might have a little bit of issues with that, but I'm going to leave it be. I'm going to leave it be. Who the frig knows? But we're going to have a great time. He is indeed the Juan, okay? He is the Juan, all right? Let's get Francis back in here. Let's see if he's frozen now. All right, now you're moving. Now you're moving, but hold on a second. We got to do the share. Let's see.
Exactly.
I think it's still doing it. So let's
Really?
double check and see. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to bring you up on the screen. You're good now.
Are we alive?
Yeah, we're live. We're good. All right,
Let's
perfect.
go, baby.
So hold on. I'm gonna put some audio on. Let's see if you can hear this. Make sure everybody lets me know you can hear this.
Premier talent in all of the game of baseball.
I hear it.
All right,
we
cool.
welcome Juan and certainly thank him for giving us a bit of his time this afternoon. Before we start, obviously want to recognize Scott Boris, Juan's agent and representative. Scott, good to see you as always. Thanks for taking the time.
And guys, I'm gonna play audio so you guys can hear it. But here's the thing: I can't show too much video, and I gotta go in and out on the audio a bit because I don't wanna get no copyright hit from the Yes Network. That's the last thing we need. But so you guys can hear a little bit of it, we'll play it as it goes. And then, of course, when they show Soto, I got to pop that on the screen for...
Nah, of course, man.
I got to pop that on the screen for a second or something like that.
You hear that they're saying he joined the call as 22?
On the Zoom,
Yes.
I think for
I
the
love it.
sake of flow.
So,
I think
yeah, he
we'll
joined the call,
save
the Zoom, as 22 because he
questions
already
for
knew what his
Juan in
number was going to be,
Spanish
right?
the end.
Exactly.
We also have Marlon Abreu, who's a Yankees interpreter on the Zoom. And those at the end that do have questions in Spanish, and Juan, if you answer in Spanish, please allow Marlon the opportunity to translate back to English so that everybody is informed. Also, as a reminder, as Juan becomes more acclimated with a lot of the faces here, if you'd be kind enough and professional enough to please introduce yourselves and your affiliation so Juan knows
Yankee cap.
whom is asking the questions.
Oh my God.
Let me
Juan,
see it.
thanks,
Move
man.
it over a little bit.
It's good to see you.
There
You're a
he
good
is.
Yankees
I
cap.
can't fucking believe it.
Well, thank you guys for having me here. Thanks for the time.
There he
and
is,
everything.
folks.
We're more than excited to start this over.
All right, and with that, we can take some questions. Chris Kirshner, please unmute.
First question.
Hey, Juan, Chris Kirshner with The Athletic. When did the possibility of getting traded become real for you, and what are your thoughts on joining the Yankees?
It's just great, you know. More than excited to be right here, to be in the spot that I am. Is really excited to see this organization and try to be part of it for the next season. I'm really excited to join the team.
Oh, we excited too.
I was about to say, we even more excited than
we
you, baby.
excited too, man.
We more excited than you,
Juan,
fam.
Brian Hoke with MLB.com.
Hokey.
You mentioned this season. Are you open to discussing an extension with the Yankees, and what are your priorities when that time does come?
My priorities right now is just get to know the team, get to know the guys, right? Really. For me, I going to the team, to New York, to Tampa, whatever I'm gonna meet those guys, and try to get a real good relationship and try to really stick together, get to know those guys, and push and try to get the same goal as they want. You know, that's what my main thing is right now. About any contract
baby.
stuff, they know where to call and who to talk to. I'm here just to play baseball and try to keep concentrated and play baseball.
It's a great answer. And guys, I want to pause in between because I do not want anything to pop off here. But as we continue to we'll continue to play and go in and out. But I do want to react to that because I actually have a prediction to make, Francis. And I don't know if you're going to agree with me or not. Maybe it's a bold prediction. I think Juan Soto is going to sign an extension with the Yankees before he gets the free agency.
Wow.
And let me just explain to you guys why really quickly. The Yankees aren't, one, they're not stupid. Two, you don't make this trade, give up what you gave up. And I know it's still not that much for a player of his caliber, but the Yankees cannot let this guy reach free agency. They can't do it.
Absolutely not.
And I understand at the end of the day, I get it that Scott Boras is so smart that he's going to sit there and go, hey, look, if you get out there, you're going to get deals left and right. You know what I mean? They may blow away a deal from the Yankees. I think the Yankees are going to offer him a deal so strong by the end of the year that we're going to see them make a change when they usually don't do this during the season, and they're going to get it done. I really believe that. I believe that. I don't think they could be stupid enough to let this go to free agency.
And you know what? I'm gonna mosey on out to that ledge there with you, bro, because honestly, these Yankees that we've seen this offseason have been moving and operating in a completely different manner.
Yep.
It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. Like you said, they sent the pieces necessary to get the deal done. Hal was integral in getting the deal done. Bingo. I don't think Hal would have been involved had there not already been a conversation. Look, are we just going to trade for this guy, or do we want him here for the long haul? So if that's the case, then I'm with you, P. I think the Yankees are going to go all in on trying to extend him. And let's not play games here. These are the New York Yankees. They've dealt with Boris in the past several times. Rodon, Garrett Cole, Montas is a Boris guy also. The list goes on and on, right? A-Rod, we can talk about it forever. But I say all that to say they know what it's going to take to get the conversation started. So why not get it started? Why not open the talk
early? Let's see what else we got. He's still talking, of course.
Which might, change your approach any.
I mean, definitely not. I'm gonna try to keep my same approach. We all know that there's a really short porch right there.
This is wild, bro. We watching a Juan Soto Yankees press conference. This is insane.
Still can't believe it, bro.
The same approach I've been doing. That's what it takes me all the way where I'm at right now. So I think there's no reason to change it. I think I'm gonna be trying to do the same thing.
He's right.
And if I get the chance to pull on the ball and hit it that way, that's fine for me. But definitely, like you say, my strength is going left center, and I think that's what I'm gonna try to do.
And by the way, too, Francis, you know this as good as I do. This is a great answer because the lefties that you really love at Yankee Stadium and why we wanted Bryce Harper so much, he has the oppo pop. He could take the ball out anywhere easy.
Exactly.
Soto's one of those guys that got such strong wrist. Driving the ball out to left field is not a problem. It's easy.
We saw it. His first, I think his first ever game in Yankee Stadium, if not his first ever game, his first ever home run to Yankee Stadium was opposite field to left.
Yeah, it was opposite field. Then, of course, I think his best home run was the one off Randy Vasquez just recently because he threw the bat.
Yeah.
Blah! Like, this is my home next year, damn it.
He smoked that. You know what I'm saying? He did what Juan Soto can do if you give him a pitch to pull. Facts. But that's what he just said, right? He's not going to go up there looking to pull. He's going to, continue the same approach that got us interested in him in the first place. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
And guys, we are 35 subs away from 21,800, 235 away from 22K. Let's keep it going, guys. We're going to keep listening to Soto answer some questions. And, of course, we'll do a full recap afterwards. I got Francis to 5. Then we got Mario from 5 to 6. So we got you guys covered.
Yes, sir. Video, Ron. Nice going.
Okay.
I'm from AP. And you've been on a team that succeeded in Washington, on a team that wanted to win in San Diego. Is there any change in mindset going to the Yankees where the expectation is a championship and anything other than a World Series title is viewed as failure?
I think it's the same mindset whenever I go to the place. I'm more than excited to go from one team that has the chance to win a championship to another one. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be great. But definitely it's going to be the same mindset. And it's been the same mindset since 2018 when I get to the league, at least winning. That's all I care about. I come to the field thinking about winning every day. And that's what I wanted to do. I get a little taste of it in 2019. We win the World Series and everything. It was a great feeling, and I want to try to do it again. I think that was my mindset, and that's been my mindset since day one.
Love the answer. You don't answer that one better. But where the hell did Gilbert Godfrey come in here to start it? Well, listen, Mr. Soto, question for the Yankees. Juanito. We got a super chat that I got to get to from my guy, Jeff J. He says, super chatting from 36,000 feet in the air. What's the midseason number that locks Soto up?
What a flex.
And would the Yankees, and he agreed to defer cash to make it happen and be the Yankees to save the Yankees from the Cohen tax. I think it's over $500 million. that he definitely gets, no doubt about that. If he has an MVP type season, it's over 500 million.
Easily.
You know, I think that is 100% what it's going to be. How many years? I guess, bro, you could go 15, you could go 14 years for Soto. Who cares?
You go 14. You go 14 years for Soto. You're only paying him one extra year than you gave to Judge.
Right.
He's going to be 26 next year. I think. Let's be honest, guys. I think the conversation probably starts somewhere around 12 years and 500 million.
Yep.
I think just to get to the table, you have to like start with a number that has a 5 at the beginning.
Bingo.
And I think that gets Boris to the table.
And then we also have Austin Gilliam says he's too young to keep jumping from team to team. He will get a nice contract before the end of the season. I'm right there with you, brother. But
yeah,
we still got the conference here. I'm assuming they're gonna do the jersey. I'm assuming it's his conference. They got to put a jersey on.
All right,
so
he's
probably got the hat. Got his 22 out there.
He's got the hat. I imagine he's got already a jersey on his hands. He has to.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And then again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe. We're 24 subbies away from 21,800. We are going today until 6 o'clock. So even if we miss some of this, we got to be careful. But even if we miss some of this, we're going to get it back for you anyway. Yeah. As clips are released on Twitter and things like that. We'll play them. But let's go ahead and listen in again.
Star Ledger and NJ.com. Following up on the previous question, what has your opinion been of the Yankees growing up and as a National League player, you know, from the outside as an opponent? What do you think of the franchise and how you'll fit in?
I mean, it's just the same thing that everybody's been thinking about the franchise. It's a great organization and great team, you know, teams that it really cares about the players and everybody. That's what we've been hearing around, and all the players and everybody. I mean, and they have great players too. So that's all I'm thinking about from the Yankees, and that's where we're standing up right now.
Thank you.
Wendell Green, please.
I mean, there's not many ways you answer that one. You know, no. I still can't get over the fact that I'm looking at Juan Soto wearing a friggin' Yankee hat.
It's nuts.
It's wild to me still. Like we were years and years and years of going with this team going, man, they never get the big guy anymore. Mm-hmm. They don't have that Yankee aura to them anymore.
Yep.
And here we are watching Soto officially be announced as a New York Yankee, man. This is what Yankee baseball is all about. And I hope to God it's back. I hope in a couple of days, a week or so, we're doing the same thing with Yamamoto.
Oh, amen to that. Amen to that, man. I mean, so far this offseason, man, we haven't had much of a reason to complain, to bitch and moan like the last couple of seasons. I mean, it's like you said, man. It gives nostalgia. It's giving nostalgia right now. Like I haven't felt like this since 2008, bro. It's crazy.
Bro, I'm about to look around and be like, yo, where's George?
Like,
my man nuts. George came back. What happened to George? Bro.
Like, I'm almost speechless, and Francis rarely is, but it's like you said, bro. We're looking at Juan Soto in a Yankee hat, and this is for real.
It's for real. It's done. It is done. Forget the finalized. Forget the being close to the finish line. It is done. We got our brother Rod Thompson with the super duper chat. Ross says, shout out to Peter Francis. Never underestimate Francis' ability to defer all the grannies, all the Green Grove retirement community payments for all the Abuela's city ride. Facts, man. That defer, man.
Listen, man.
Let me say something real quick. I think you might agree with me on this one. Defer is going to be the word in baseball of 2024.
Oh,
it already is. You've heard it about 400 times.
It's dominating the conversation. I think people forgot that it was a thing that has happened before. But I guess when you get somebody like Ohtani who's deferring the large majority of his contract for 10 years, it's going to be the buzzword for a long time.
Crazy. Angelo Nada, it's still on, Angelo. We're waiting. I'm going to wait for the next reporter, and we'll throw it back on there. But we can't show it or can't have it on for too long. But here we go.
Questions. Thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. Chris Kirshner, back to you.
Hey, Juan, the Dominican community in the Bronx is massive. How much are you looking forward to playing in front of them on a nightly basis?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be really, really fun, really exciting. So I'm more than excited to step on that field and see how much energy they can bring to the ballpark. I think it's going to be pretty amazing. It was pretty cool to see them from the other side, but I can imagine how it's going to be being in the same side and hear and cheer for me.
Something that, Francis, we talked about this on the reason why to go out and get him. You know, we talked about this a lot. There is no better place in Major League Baseball. You can make an argument, but I still don't think it's an argument, right? Mm-hmm. Boston is a very big Dominican population, but it's not New York City.
Yeah.
It's not New York City.
No. And
you got probably New York and then Boston, I would say.
Yeah. And there's places, I mean, there's spots in Pennsylvania. There's a lot in Jersey too. But I mean, remember, like Boston, like when it comes to baseball following, Boston got this crazy big Dominican following.
Correct.
When they put the likes of Pedro Martinez, Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz together. I mean, the Yankees are in the position to kind of do a very similar thing. You got Juan Soto, you have Jason Dominguez. I mean, look, those two guys, you're talking about one is already a bona fide superstar, and the other one looks like an up-and-coming superstar. I mean, it's going to be a movie.
And the crazy and the other beautiful thing for the Yankees, and that's why I always talk about these contracts, why it's going to pay off, because it is. Also, when you bring in Yamamoto, you got one of the biggest Japanese cultures in a city, New York City. I know LA is Los Angeles and California is a little bigger than New York is, but when it comes to Japanese residents, but New York is very, very big. And you're going to see him. You're going to see him out and about like crazy if Yamamoto's here, as he did with Matsui, as he did with Tanaka. It pays for itself. And that is one of the main reasons why we were sitting here going, you know, these two guys are not really risk for a team like the New York Yankees. They're going to make that money all back.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time.
No question. Let's continue on. See what else we got here.
To being a free agent for the first time, and it's a big time for, you know, there could be a huge payday on the other side. How hard is it to keep that out of your head?
I mean, I've been doing it for 6 years.
Good answer.
So I think
good answer.
It's not gonna be that hard because I have one of the best agents in the league. So I think I put everything on him and let him do his magic. For me, like I said, my mindset is just go here and play baseball and try to win a championship.
Thank you, Mark.
It's a great answer.
George,
it's true.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, waiting for another one coming up here.
On that topic, you kind of expect to, you know, throughout next year, wonder about whether it's a place that you could see yourself staying long term. Is that something you'll think about throughout the year as you get to know the organization better and all that?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? Just lag it a little bit.
Do you expect to, throughout next year, kind of be thinking about whether this is a place that you would like to stay long term as you get to know the organization better and all that?
I mean, yeah, like I said, we just got to get to know the organization, get to know the team. Right now, I'm more than excited to get there and see those guys and see how big is that judge and stand. It's gonna be pretty cool. So that's what I'm looking for right now, just to get comfortable on the team and watch how it's gonna be and how we're gonna grow on it.
Obviously, Soto's been well rehearsed in this to not give any type of thing away, to simply just say, I'm waiting to get out there, do my thing, and that is it. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking about it. I'm not thinking about free agency. I'm not thinking long-term. I'm leaving it up to the best agent in the game. He'll handle everything. I just got to go play baseball, so nothing is new for me. So, but I'll be honest, he seems a little giddy. Can't hear you, Francis.
Uh-oh.
There he is. There you go.
I was like, uh-oh, not again.
There you go.
No, you can tell. I'm glad you mentioned it because I feel like I'm seeing it. He seems excited. He seems like he's doing his best to keep those emotions, at bay. Because we said, I think, I might have tweeted it or maybe just in our conversation. Scott Boras is no dummy, right? He's already had the conversation with him like, look, you can't telegraph everything.
Bingo.
Because we lose leverage.
Yep.
So
he's well versed in that. No doubt about it.
You go out there saying how good it feels to be a Yankee and how much you that you always wanted to do it. You start saying stuff like that, and we're that's millions of dollars coming off the table. So
Bingo.
He's definitely been trained. You can hear it, but I mean, we all know like how it feels to be a grown man, to be excited, to be, and you can tell like he's doing a great job holding it down right now. But this kid is excited to be here. He's about as excited as any time Francis walks into a retirement home. I mean, forget about it. I mean, that's how he is right now. Literally. We got a super chat by our guy Kev. He says, Tambora's in the bleachers. Grandmas, watch out. Yes, sir.
Oh God,
yes,
here
sir.
we go.
Listen,
Here we go.
we banging all game long, and y'all know what I'm talking about.
What's the other thing? What's the other thing? The Guida?
The Guida.
The Guida, yeah, gonna
Tambora,
have
the Guida.
those.
Yankee
If
Stadium is
they
going to
should
have
have
to
a giveaway.
update their rules.
They should have a giveaway of the Guida thing to like the first 18,000 fans. Do that and get it going, man.
If they want a good idea for a bobblehead, you put Juan Soto up there, like in the batter's box with a Guida. That, I mean, don't you put a Dominican flag on that? I'm telling you one thing about my people. We are a sucker for things that got our flag on it and people that we fuck with. So listen,
Facts.
Yankees, I'm giving y'all that idea for free since you gave me Juan Soto.
Let me ask you a question. Like, do you have a prediction? Are they gonna do something with the food, like with the food in the stadium? You think there's got to be something Dominican there this year?
Yeah, I feel
there
like
has to be.
I feel like if it's not this year, then definitely next season we're gonna see something fire there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, there's got to be something coming soon. I think he's answering questions in Spanish now. Let me just double check.
Sino para toda hispana que está en la ciudad de Nueva York. Yo creo que será un momento bien bonito, bien interesante y trataré de disfrutarlo al 100%, ¿sabes? Esperemos en Dios que podamos lograr la meta y sea ganar lo más partidos que se pueda y podamos disfrutarlo aún mucho más.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't speak Spanish, basically just talking about what it's going to feel like playing in Yankee Stadium the first time and how he hopes that, he's able to play, win as many games as possible and reach the goal that, they've set for themselves as a team. And I guess that he's setting for himself now that he's a New York Yankee.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's still crazy to me. Like, it's still crazy to me that Juan Soto's a Yankee. Francis, you know this, man. You've been a part of what we do here for even past the time that this was even NYY News TV at the time and now NYY Underground. You were here past that, before that, I should say. And I have countless videos out there when Soto was in the Nationals, being like, they're gonna get rid of this guy. Yankees got to be all over this, trade everybody for him, whatever it takes, get this guy to the Yankees. And it took a little while longer, and it's, you can be a little nervous about it because it's 1 year. We haven't played a game yet. We're waiting for that.
True.
But we're also the New York freaking Yankees. Nobody should be able to steal this guy away. If he loves his time and enjoys it, bada bing, bada boom, we should be good to go.
Money talks. Money talks, bullshit walks. Everybody and their mother has known for several years now that Juan Soto is going to get the bag thrown at him, or should I say, la funda thrown at him. We already know that this is going to happen. The Yankees are no stranger to that. It's like you said, man. Let's not play games. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's just be the fucking Yankees. We want this guy. Pay the guy. Keep him.
No doubt about it. Let's keep hearing here.
Echando todas las cosas, tú sabes. Es uno de los pasatiempos míos, tratar de jugar con ellos, compartir, hablar, echar lo más que podamos. Pero sí estaba ahí, recibí la llamada del gerente de los Padres y me dio la noticia, tú sabes. Fue muchas emociones encontradas. Fue algo, tú sabes, impactante. En verdad me sentí un poco triste, ¿sabes? Porque hice muchos amigos en San Diego, tremenda organización. Desde el dueño, que Dios lo tenga en su gloria, que descanse en paz, y hasta los clubes, los seguridad, todo el mundo fue en tremenda persona. Yo creo que fue una tremenda organización. Hice bastante amigos con los jugadores, me sentí bien cómodo con eso. Yo creo que fue un poquito incómodo de esa parte, pero también fue bien emocionante porque venía de una organización con chances de ganar la Serie Mundial a otra que también tienen buen chance de ganar la Serie Mundial. Al final también me sentí bien, me sentí contento de poderse venir hacia los Yankees de Nueva York y más a compartir el terreno con tantas superestrellas que tiene este equipo.
Oye, y antes que Marlon haga la...
All right, you wanna...
Yeah, no, basically talking about how the process was, him getting traded from San Diego over here. He said, obviously, initially it's sad. It's a little bit emotional when you get the call from the manager saying you're going to be traded, because he did make a lot of friends in the organization over there. But and also he showed his gratitude to the late Peter Seidler, who just passed away. And I thought that was a nice touch, offering, his gratitude there. But then he also said at the same time, you get excited and you're happy about the chance to go from one organization that had the opportunity to compete for a World Series to another organization that will have the opportunity to compete for a World Series to come over to the New York Yankees. He said it full, first and last name, New York Yankees, and play with all the superstars that they have over here is a very happy feeling also. So,
man, can this damn season begin already? Like, what the hell are we waiting for?
Opening day should have just been tomorrow, man.
Somebody find that damn time machine that's out there somewhere, man. We got to move this shit forward about 3 damn months to get ready to rock and roll. 3 months.
3 months.
But guys,
ahead.
we are 20 subbies away from 21,800. Hit that subscribe. Like I said, man, we're here with you guys today until 6 p.m. Of course, if any, we on Yamamoto watch, by the way, too. So you guys already know. Oski's in the chat. Oski, what's going on, Oski? But we on Yamamoto watch, which basically means schedules are cleared. If anything goes down and happens, we could be live for 10 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours, 36 hours, 437 hours.
Yeah, I know he's not lying. Yeah, I know he's not lying. You know that.
I'm not kidding. So we'll be there no matter what. But this handsome son of a bitch right now, Juan Soto, is here talking, getting me excited. I'm happy. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm about to rip my shirt off any second. I'm 2 seconds away, damn it.
He's getting you excited? Okay.
I haven't done chest in a while, so they might be a little flabby. So I don't know. I probably won't do it then, all right? I'm probably not going to do it. If I was doing chest, I'd be happy. All right, guys, do me a favor. Get that like button. Get those likes up. Right now, they're not showing anything. I don't know why they're not showing him, so we'll wait a second and see what happens.
You guys need to assault that like button the way Soto is going to assault opposing pitching all season long for the New York Yankees. Okay?
Dusty Rhodes.
Come on now. Let's get it popping. I mean, listen,
Come on.
I'm hyped.
Smacky the likey.
Listen.
Hitty the subby.
And they lucky. I'm telling you right now. YouTube lucky right now. We're already doing something that might be a little bit between the lines. We, playing the audio from Yes. That's why I don't got my merengue a todo lo que da right now. Because this is a celebratory moment.
It's a celebration.
This is a celebratory moment. Okay.
No doubt about it.
We have the premier Dominican baseball player on the New York Yankees.
Bingo.
I mean, there's no other way to say it. And DJ Steels, I saw you with a little comment that Francis knows Spanish. Of course I do. Stop playing with me.
David with the super chat says, out of all the players, how many players are a different culture does this make for us now? I believe Stanton. We got, there's a lot in the Yankees. I mean, you got Venezuelan, you got Puerto Rican, you got Dominican. Yeah, I mean, like every team in baseball. I mean,
you're about to have Japanese.
About to have Japanese. It's a culture sport, man. Baseball does an amazing job of a lot of countries play baseball and play it well.
Yeah.
So I said it earlier. It truly is a world game that started here in America, and it is a world game.
Oh yeah.
Austin Wells is half Dominican. So
which is still one of the craziest stories of 2023, right?
Isn't it like
when I first heard it, and I remember
saw his mom, and you're like, oh, okay.
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I took one look at her. I said, yeah. I know.
Yeah, you can see
los 3 golpes ahí. Eso se nota. I saw. I said, "Ooh, okay." Pete was on to something because you said it on the street.
Yeah, I did.
He was like, he's Dominican," and everybody was like, "No." They're like, "No, he's not." And
yeah, Manny's in the chat right now. Manny, yes, his mother is Dominican. Yeah, his mother's Dominican. So.
También, Alex is right. Verdugo's Mexican. The reliever that we just traded for from the Dodgers, also Mexican. So we're bringing in a Mexican conglomerate.
Johnny Lowe is what?
Johnny Lowe is, I think, Salvadorian.
Salvadorian, yeah.
I think he's Salvadorian, yeah.
There's a big mix over here. Let's see who's talking now. If it's still Soto discussing this here.
Me mencionaste ya varios latinos que se comunicaron contigo de los Yankees, pero te quiero preguntar por uno en particular, que es Jason Domínguez, que quizás, digamos, tú siempre has sido como el más joven en los equipos que has estado, pero ahora está Jason, que tiene una trayectoria similar y tuvo el problema de la lesión. Eventualmente van a compartir juntos en los Yankees. Quiero preguntarte sobre esa opinión, si has hablado con él o si esperas ser una especie de mentor también de Jason Domínguez a lo largo de la temporada.
Hasta ahora no he podido tener el chance de hablar con él ni compartir ninguna plática, pero sí, todo el mundo sabe el talento que tiene ese muchacho. Al final del día es una tremenda superestrella. Veremos cuando llegue allá a Tampa o a Nueva York si tendré el chance de verlo y compartir con él. Claro está, yo estoy abierto a cualquier opinión que él necesite de mí, dársela. ¿sabes? Las lesiones son parte del juego, así tenemos que aceptarlas, lo que tenemos que venir más fuerte después de eso, tratar de prepararnos mentalmente y físicamente para poder venir mucho mejor y con más ánimo para la siguiente ocasión, tú sabes. Todo eso pasa, al final del día él sabe qué pelotero es él, qué calibre de pelotero es él, cuánto talento tiene. So, yo creo que él va a estar bien y va a ser un tremendo
This
pelotero para
guy's
ayudar
such
al
a
equipo.
leader.
All right, please let me know what that was because I know we heard anybody who doesn't understand Spanish, we know we heard Jason Dominguez. So any of us sitting there going, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is a good one." Let's
let's
have a listen.
It was a good question. So basically, the reporter asked him, has he had a chance to reach out to Dominguez, or if they've had a conversation before, and has he reflected at all on the possibility of him taking a mentorship role with Jason Dominguez, especially now that he's up on the big league team and has already experienced a little bit of controversy. Well, not controversy, but difficulty with the injury.
Yeah.
So he responded by saying that he has not, yet had the pleasure of meeting Dominguez or having a conversation with him, but that everybody in the world knows how talented this kid is, and that he sees him as a superstar on the Yankees, and that, whether it be in Tampa or when he gets to New York, he's looking forward to hopefully meeting him and being able to have those initial conversations, and that whatever opinions or any questions that he has, whatever he needs, that he's going to make himself available to Dominguez for that. And he said about the injury, those things are part of the game. These things happen, but never forget the talent that you possess, right? The skills that you have. And as long as you keep that, at the forefront, you're going to be fine. And that's when I literally said, I was like, this guy's such a leader. Because, he's not even, you could tell he's not trying. He's not trying to sound
right. It's natural.
Good. It's just natural. Like, that's what I want to hear.
It's not a scripted thing of key words to touch on. He's just talking.
No. And let me tell you, losing Mendoza, right, from the bench coach role and bringing in a guy with the attitude of Juan Soto is just like, you can't draw it up any better, because Dominguez is going to need that, right? Yeah. Dominguez needs that. We still got young guys, Peraza, Cabrera. These guys need that. They need somebody who's been around the block a little bit. It's crazy to say that about a guy who's 25, but
right.
We're not joking. He knows his shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
guys, we are 14 subbies away from 21,800. Also hit that like button. We're 41 likes away from 500. Again, we are going today to 6 o'clock. I do want to show you guys something real quick, though. NYY Underground. I don't know if I've seen anybody having better merch than we have right now with Soto.
Negative.
So I want to throw this on the screen right here. Look at this Soto hat, NYY Underground underneath it. It is a snapback, but this thing has been selling right now like friggin' hotcakes. So make sure you go ahead. I love that one with the blue, the red.
Yeah.
It matches perfectly with the DR stuff. But then if you go a little backwards here, we also got the beanie because your ears might get a little chill with the winter time, all right?
That's right.
So you're going to want to get one of these. We got all these on the site right now. You go up to shop too. You want to take a look at player exclusives.
Oh, yeah.
I know this is one of Jira's favorite right here. She got this one going already.
Soto, coño! That's the one.
We got that one already. We got that one already. And then we also have the day the trade was made.
Yes, sir.
I also love this tee. A lot of work went into this one right here. You can do the front angle right there and take a closer look at it here. Soto to the Bronx. It got the quote up top of the trade when it happened. Yeah. And it talks about how, all of his accolades on the right side there. The day of the trade, December 6th. So go ahead, guys. Hook yourselves up. NYYUnderground.com. Cannot miss.
And can I just make another pitch for the trade tee? I'm going to tell you something about the trade tee. That is a piece of merchandise that you are not going to see from anybody else, anywhere else. And the reason that we have that up here at the Underground is specifically because not only was that the day that we traded for Juan Soto, but that may very well be the day that the Yankees became the Yankees again. So you are going to want that shirt or hoodie. I think it comes in a hoodie too, right?
Yeah, I got the hoodie too, but then we also got that there.
Boom, look how clean that looks.
We got the side NYYU going down. We got it in white. Look how clean that is. This is the type of thing that'll make somebody next to you get slapped by just looking at this. You flip shit. You know what I'm saying? So we also got mugs with Soto, the Soto Coño on there in the mug. Man. We got all that stuff.
Just in time for Christmas.
Just in time for Christmas time, baby. It's Christmas time, baby. It's Christmas time, baby. Now. We love it. We love it. But it looks like we didn't get a. Hold on a second. Oh, I didn't go. Am I live? Yeah, we didn't get a. He didn't put on the jersey.
Way back in 2000.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible they haven't gotten an official one to him yet. There's got to be
maybe this was just an introduction. Then they're gonna actually introduce him at the stadium.
I was gonna say that this is. I mean, it's funny because they did all the like thank yous and stuff that they do normally when they have the stadium, when they started out by thanking Boris, his agent, and all that stuff.
Right.
But
interesting.
It's just weird. Like there is a little bit of eeriness to like how this presser materialized, and the fact that the Yankees contingent is currently in Los Angeles still.
Right.
Soto's in Miami right now. We have our reporters are all over the place. I mean, so it's like it's a little bit weird that, like, I mean, maybe it was just a situation where they're like, look, we got to take advantage of the moment. This is big. Fans are excited. Let's get the presser done. But yeah, it's just, I mean, that moment of him putting on that jersey, I mean, we definitely wanted to see it.
You need that. Yeah. And FYI to everybody too, the jerseys are officially out.
Mm-hmm.
The jerseys are officially out. You can go ahead and hook yourselves up. And let me tell you something. Somebody said they're going to sell out. They ain't selling out. They're doing, they got so many of these things. They're never selling out of these jerseys.
Mm-mm.
These things are going to go and go and go and go. I made the prediction. I don't know if you'll agree with me on this one. I think maybe I'll go back on. I said 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think top 5 guaranteed. Ohtani, Soto, Judge, and Yamamoto will all be at least guaranteed top 10 of jerseys sold. But it could very well be top 5.
I'm gonna jump out there with you on the hot takes, and I'm gonna say that if the Yankees do go and sign Yoshinobu Yamamoto,
that's what I'm banking it on.
The Yankees will have 3. Count it, 3 of the top 5 selling jerseys this season.
Facts.
Judge is always gonna sell.
He's always up there.
Judge is like water.
Acuna sells a shit ton too.
Acuna's nuts. I mean, you know how it is. I mean, there's a lot of guys who sell. Ohtani's gonna go crazy. We know that he's changing teams. A lot of people, like, nobody has that jersey, so those sales are gonna go crazy.
I think that'll be the number one.
That'll be number one.
Sold.
That'll be number one, and that's cool. I mean, Hal, you can look over at LA and say, "Oh, that's nice. They got a nice number 1 jersey selling." But I got 3 top 5. I got 3 of the top 5.
Yep.
Ball's in your court, Hal.
No doubt. And of course, guys, I just want to repeat one thing that Soto did say.
Mm-hmm.
When they asked him, what is your main goal for 2024? He gave the ultimate New York Yankee answer, is to win a world championship. It's that hard. I said a world championship. He's fighting in WWF. Win a championship. So he wants to be one of those guys holding up that trophy, saying, yes, indeed, we've done it. We are World Series champions. I have helped come here and bring a chip back to the New York Yankees. So let me tell you guys, man, we literally didn't even get to see the dude in the jersey. We seen him in a Yankee hat.
Yeah.
And that's it. And we are this excited about it just because we know what it means. Francis made he brought up a great point. He said this was basically the Yankees being the Yankees again.
Yeah.
And December 6th, Pop's birthday, by the way, my Pop's 71st birthday was December 6th. And Omega's birthday's tomorrow. So my Omega's going to be 10 years old, if anybody cares. Just throwing it out there. Meguito, a little Meguito. But that's a great point, man. I'm still waiting for the jersey reveal with him on it, but maybe the Yankees are sitting back going, look, introduce him now. We're going to get Yamamoto. We'll do them together. We'll get them all in there together at the same time, and boom. And boom.
if they're planning on having this whole, movement, I mean, there's obviously something planned, right? We're not just making guys. We're not just like throwing shit at a wall here. I mean, the Verdugo trade came down 2 days before Soto was officialized. So the Verdugo trade came down. Verdugo is another guy like Juan Soto who has 1 year left before free agency. Yep. Okay, there was no presser. There was no press conference. There was nothing.
Somebody just asked, where's his conference at?
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, and it's not a shot to Verdugo because I'm one of the fans, and I know Pete is too, who's actually very excited to see what he's going to do for the Yankees this year. But I'm making the point that his move came and went. There wasn't a presser done. I think that this was something that the Yankees just realized, like, look, we have to maximize on the opportunity that we have right now with how excited the fans are, how happy the fans are. We got to give them something because they're going nuts, and they're not wrong. We are. So they gave us Soto and a Yankee hat. I mean, we didn't even have to get a face reveal because the man has been clean shaven his entire career, you know.
Yep.
So that's always kind of told me something. But the Yankee jersey reveal is something that we need, and I know the Yankees know that we need it. So they might just be saying, this might be like a little bit of a dog whistle, like, guys, just hold on, that's coming.
I think so.
But it's coming with something else.
Bro, yeah, that's what I think, man. He's Soto, man. There's no way you don't get this dude pictures at the stadium.
Come on.
Like, even if God forbid, which I don't think it's gonna be, even if it was a 1-year thing, you want that picture. You want that moment in time in your history. Sure. But I gotta ask you a question on this. This is gonna be funny, right? Because I know this is a Dominican thing. So Soto was asked, when did he find out? He said he was playing Nintendo.
Yeah.
Now, from my mother-in-law and all the Dominicans I know, every game system is a Nintendo. So do you really think? Do you really think my man was playing Nintendo? I gotta ask you that.
I'm gonna go with yes. Okay. Only because Soto's he's younger. Like, if this would have been an older guy, like in the game, like
grandmother, might have been a grandmother situation.
Like if it would have been like a Nelson Cruz saying they called me, yo estaba con el Nintendo, I would have been like, yeah, he was playing PlayStation 5. He didn't realize. But because Soto's younger, like, I'm gonna say, yeah, he probably was on the Switch. He probably was on the Switch.
All right, he's probably on the Switch. I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him, because when I first read that, I'm like, nah, you know my man playing PS5.
Nah, but Pete's right. No. But you 100% right. Like, everything is Nintendo, and
everything's Nintendo.
My wife, who orchestrated people getting me a PS5, still refers to the PS5 as a Nintendo.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, so I'm like, that could very well be possible. But he said he did find out while he was playing a game. I know he was somewhere recently too with his brother, whose brother, by the way, is was signed by the Nationals. Kind of funny.
Elian, yeah.
That it's kind of just like, he's
they were
kind of doing the same thing.
Dolphins game. They were at the Dolphins game.
That's right. With Ellie
De La Cruz. Yep.
Ellie was there. Yeah.
Ellie De La Cruz, another good talent.
I mean, I got to bring this up. I want to talk to Francis about it. We got Francis for about another 14, 15 minutes, but I want to ask you about this, because this is one of the things that we kind of talked about briefly in the chat, and I'm happy because John Flaherty agreed with the original way that I thought you'd have to make this Yankee lineup. Is I love the idea of Soto 2, Judge 3. And they all brought it up. They said, I don't know if the Yankees, they were flat out like, I don't know if Boone's going to do this, but on base percentage for Judge, the power. Soto doesn't have Judge power. He has great power. Anybody could sit there and go, Judge is going to have a full season, over under 60 home runs. You have a lot of people go over.
I mean, we've seen that it's a possibility if he's healthy.
So you'd have a lot of people sit there and go, I can go ahead and I'll put some money on the over. I feel pretty comfortable that as long as he's healthy, he gets all those ABs, I think he could do it. You want that guy in front of Judge. So the problem right now is, well, who's that leadoff guy? Is it gonna be DJ LeMahieu or Verdugo? For me, I don't care about the lefty. I like Verdugo, Soto, Judge. I almost feel very confident the Yankees will refuse to do that. I think if it is that way, it'll be LeMahieu, Soto, Judge. What do you think?
I think you hit the nail on the head with LeMahieu, Soto, with LeMahieu leading off. I do think they're gonna probably go LeMahieu, Judge, Soto. Go right, left instead of going left, right. I mean, I'll play devil's advocate, right? And I'm playing devil's advocate here. I don't agree with this, but this is where I can see them coming from. They'll say, I mean, you're going to want Judge as the righty in the 2-hole. He's your best hitter, so you want to get him the most at-bats. And also, right, there are more right-handed pitchers than there are left-handed pitchers. So when you have a righty matchup against Judge obviously is going to match the right-hander, but the right-hander is also going to be looking in that on-deck circle, staring down Juan Soto, realizing not only do I have Aaron Judge here at the plate, if I lose him, I have to pitch to this lefty monster in the on-deck circle. Now, throw all that shit out the window, right? Let's talk like real life shit. Fuck that. like let's put Judge 3. Judge, we always said that Judge should be a 3-hitter.
No doubt.
This was before we had Soto.
No doubt.
But now, even more so with Juan Soto, Judge should be a 3-hitter. I mean, we're talking about possibly historic power numbers out of the number 3 hole. You put Aaron Judge there with Soto batting ahead of him. It's nuts. As for the leadoff guy, I mean, I think there's a couple different ways you can go to. I'm going to go with a fringe, and I know this is fringe, and people are probably going to be like, Francis, you're freaking losing it.
Let's hear it.
I don't hate Volpe there. I don't hate Volpe there. And let me tell you why. Volpe's batting average was absolute dog shit garbage last year. All right?
Right.
That's a fact. Can't
His
argue.
on-base percentage was
On
too.
base percentage, along with the batting average, in the trash can.
Yeah.
I want to qualify what I'm saying by saying this is contingent on him coming into spring training with a completely different approach. And I'm not saying this from opening day. I'm saying if throughout the season we see that he came in with a different approach and now he's hitting for more on base, trying to get on base and do damage with his speed and stuff like that. I don't hate him leading off. Why? Because the pitches that he's gonna see batting ahead of Judge and Soto is nuts. Like they might borderline just throw a meatball and say, let's just pitch the contact here and hope that we get him out. So that
I don't disagree.
And then,
I don't disagree with you.
And then if you get him on base, he's gonna be a mess because he doesn't stay still at first base. So I'm just thinking like a pitcher here. Like I have Juan Soto batting. I've got Anthony Volpe, who doesn't stay still at first base, and Aaron Judge is in the on-deck circle. That is the 7th circle of hell. Has to be.
Yeah.
Like you can't tell me that there's a pitcher out there that says, "Nah, I think I'm cool with that." No, you're not. First of all, he's a kid. He's a kid with unlimited energy over there. You know he's gonna run. He's gonna run. Juan Soto is at the plate. He's one of the best hitters in baseball. Right?
And it also helps too, right? That Soto takes a lot of pitches. It gives him all the time in the world actually.
He doesn't have to run on the first or second.
Right.
Because Soto's gonna see a couple, and Volpe knows he's got a guy there who's gonna see a couple. On top of that, he might have to take a couple because the pitcher's mind might not be able to be as sharp. So the first couple might not even be close to the zone.
Yeah.
And then now you go behind 2-0 to Juan Soto with Aaron Judge on deck and Volpe stole second. Now what? Like that.
Yeah.
Again, like I said,
I don't disagree.
But he got to come with a different approach.
Exactly. I agree with that point right there. You would have to really see that.
Yes.
You would have to see that in spring training.
And be like, okay, and extended, through the first month of the season at least,
no doubt about it.
Like a hot start,
To me, him starting 9 is okay, but if let's say 4, and I want to make this point clear, I'm not saying that Anthony Volpe needs to hit 280, but if Anthony Volpe shows he can maintain 240, he's the leadoff guy.
Yeah,
and if he cuts down the Ks, and here's the other thing I want to bring up because people bring this up all the time when it comes to Bellinger. And I'm like, and matter of fact, I got to shout out John Flaherty because he hit it on the friggin' head. He repeated exactly what I've been telling people. Stop this nonsense with, his exit velo isn't great, so he's going to have a bad year. No, his 2-strike approach changed, meaning he put the ball in play. He wasn't hacking away with 2 strikes. He took his time and changed his approach. Has nothing to do with that. This is where things go wrong with analytics and people blow their heads up and they got no clue what they're talking about. John Flaherty said, he goes, I don't buy into that. I don't either. But for a guy like Volpe, if he just changed that and was like, I'm going to take my big swings, I'm going to try to drive the ball, fine. But 2 strikes, dial it back, use your speed. It's like what Lou Brown said in Major League. Every time you pop a ball up, you give me 100 push-ups or whatever it was.
10 push-ups every time.
10 push-ups.
Yeah.
Put the ball in play, utilize your speed, and like you said before, another great point. He's gonna get really good pitches to hit if Soto's protected him.
My biggest thing also is just the mentality that, because like let's call a spade here, right? We know that Volpe is a baseball player. He's a dude. He's a baller. Like he is a baseball player. This guy came up. He's from freaking the tri-state area, from Jersey. He's a fucking baseball guy. He knows the game. You're not gonna put that kid in leadoff and he's gonna go up there with the same mentality he had last year. Like I should be, trying to hit 25 home runs, 26, 27 home runs or whatever.
That's right.
If you put him in leadoff, I think even mentally he's now thinking differently on his way to the batter's box, realizing, well, I don't got to put the ball in the seats because I have Juan Soto behind me and then Aaron Judge in the hole. So what I need to do here is very simple. I just need to get on base.
Yep.
Any means necessary. I just need to get on base. I don't need to hit a double. I don't need to hit a triple. I don't need to hit a home run. I mean, if I bunt and get on first, it's just as fucking good. My job is to be standing on first base when Juan Soto's music plays and the stadium goes crazy. And I think if he can freaking come in with that mentality, dangerous doesn't even begin to describe it, because you made our lineup and you just made it that much longer, because you get through those first three and you still haven't even had to pitch to Jason Dominguez yet when he comes back.
Yeah, so we're going to see what Volpe's approach actually looks like come spring training.
Exactly.
We're going to be there.
We're going to see it live in person.
We're going to see it live in person. And the good thing is about that, you guys are going to be there with us basically, because we're going to be having vlogs, lives from the stadium. We're going to be doing interviews with fans and all this fun stuff, guys. It's going to be wild. I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait for it.
Me neither.
It's going to be amazing. And yes, our eyes are going to be on the lookout for friggin' Juan Soto. What? On the New York Yankees? What are you talking about? And here we are, man. I want to learn some Japanese too, just in case, I got to interact with Yamamoto at all.
We got to learn. We got to learn a couple of catchphrases, couple of something. Just get his attention real quick.
That's it.
Get
his attention, let him understand that
you guys are
NYYU, yes, NYYU acknowledges part of that salary that you got. It's because we've been screaming our lungs out about this thing for a minute. We feel like we're a big part of that.
Exactly.
So it is what it is, baby. It is what it is, man. We are only two. Do you guys know 1, 2? We're only up. Matter of fact, it just updated. We're only one. We are only one away from 21,800 guys. Follow us as the beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance is putting it in everywhere you can find us. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Of course, me and Francis are on Twitter, X, whatever the hell they call it nowadays.
Twitter X, I like that. Twitter X. We're on Twitter X.
We're on Twitter X.
It's the adult version of Twitter.
That's exactly what it is. Francis, you want to give your handle because
yes, you guys can follow me at. I'm gonna put it in the chat. It's at Francis FranceSLii. And I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. Okay, on X.
And until Mario joins, I'm gonna have you hold the grounds here.
Yeah, I
got it. After seeing Soto, I have to go take a little leak real quick.
Nah, do your thing, bro. I'll hold it down.
All right, be right back.
Yes, sir. Talk to me, chat. Que lo que mi gente? Dime. I know we excited. Dime a ver. I see Armando's in the chat, bro. I see a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I like this flavor. I see a lot of sazon in the chat right now. And that's what happens when Juan Soto gets traded to your team. Angel, dime a ver. He said, Peter and Francis, I will see you guys in spring training. Oh, that's dope. Angel, we're going to see you out there? Let's go. I'm looking forward to meeting some of our Florida contingent. I know we got a lot of fans down there in Florida. So, I am excited to meet you guys, to chill with you guys. Hopefully we get to link. Tyler Talbot, you got it. Soto, vamos. Joe Shane Train wants Bobby Witt Jr. Okay. We'll see what Pete thinks about that. When Pete come back, I'm gonna let him and Mario get to that one. But oh man, dime a ver. Mira esa bandera. Mira esa bandera in the chat right now, man. Are we hype or what? I mean, opening day is gonna look like the Dominican Day Parade in Yankee Stadium. Am I right or am I wrong? We are gonna see those flags all over the place. I mean, after Juan Soto gets his first roll call, we might need to take a moment of silence. I'm just saying. He might have to pause the game. Mira. Hasta Pete with the Soto
What we doing over here? Soto Coño, baby. Let's
Pete,
go.
I don't know what happened, Pete. I started talking. The chat got full of Dominican flags.
Let's go. Throw them in there, baby. I'm cool with it. Throw them in there.
They're getting ready for opening day, man. It's nuts, man.
Smacky to likey.
Oh,
Hitty to subby. Guy said that was fast. I had to go take a leak. What do you think? What am I, 90 years old? Takes 46 minutes?
Michael Shin. Great point. Soto versus Ohtani is going to be crazy in June. It is.
It'll be even crazier in October.
Oh man. Can we dream? Damn it! Can we dream?
Man, we can dream. All right, damn it, we can dream.
Yes, we can.
We still got 2 minutes. I'm sitting there saying Mario's very punctual, so I'm just waiting for that thing to pop up. And
his message, right? Like whenever you're ready. No, I'm saying that's normally what he says. He's like,
yeah. That's normally what it'd be like. Like, hey, I'm here waiting.
He is very punctual.
He usually is. Yeah,
it's very un-Dominican of him.
But here's the thing. It is very un-Dominican. You're 100% right.
It is very un-Dominican of him.
Very un-Dominican. I remember fiance, yeah, I'm coming downstairs now. All right, I'll wait. 45 minutes later, where you at? What stair you on? What stair are you on to come downstairs? 16 hours later, I just made it down. Okay.
Oh, man. Hey, man, it's part of the culture, man.
Damn, I went to take a leak and we got 15 subs. What the hell did you do?
I started speaking Spanish. I don't know what the fuck I did. I was looking at the chat. I saw a Dominican flag and I just lost it, man. Juan Soto's a Yankee. It's like, I can't believe it.
So Alex with the super chat. Okay, that's a little Spanish right there. You're going to have to go ahead on that one.
Se encontró una jevita. So he... Okay. Pero ¿quién se encontró una jevita? Dime a ver. So he late now. Oh, you meant to say late. Oh, he said that Mario. Mario found himself, a little piece, and that's why he's running late.
It's either that or the Soto interview knocked him out stone cold.
Oh, he's out.
Mario might be out cold somewhere right now.
Oh man, guys, we need you guys, everybody, just start adding Mario on Twitter, man. Check for signs of life.
I'm about to hit up our chat and be like, is Mario alive?
we can't lose him. We got a big season coming up
after the presser.
And I also want to, since we're on the subject, I want to second my brother Pete's notion about the Bronx or Nothing podcast.
Oh yeah,
this season. If you people are not ready for what is about to happen, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, but I am with my brother Pete. I think the Bronx or Nothing is going to be one of the premier Yankees podcasts in 2024. You heard it here first. I had to point like Uncle Sam, but you know what? It's Dominican Day today, so I'm pointing like Tío Samuel. They will be one of the best Yankees podcasts this year, guys. I'm so freaking hyped. I'm so freaking hyped.
Or you point like a father while he eats, and you just pointing food at people. Let me tell you something.
But you know how as Dominicans point sometimes we just do with our lips. We be like,
yeah. Girl wants
what I got?
Stupid. All right, well, Mario's alive. Mario is alive, and he was on time right there at 5 o'clock.
Look at him.
He's here. So everybody, wave a little goodbye to Francis. He'll be back, though. And by the way, too, if you're new here and you like this duo, we are the Designated Spitters.
Yes, sir.
So this podcast is coming up, and if you haven't watched the 2024 preview and you saw that intro, intro gets me so hype. I swear to God, I can run through a brick wall.
If you watch that intro before you go to the gym, you don't need no pre-workout. You heard it here first.
Listen to that shit. Be careful though, because you might want to fight somebody.
You might throw a couple punches,
and you'd probably win. To be fair, you're more than likely gonna win.
But we just want to let you know that the Designated Spitters are not liable for any damages that are incurred after watching that introduction video. Thank you.
So here's the good thing, guys. From one Dominican, we're gonna go to another one. So
yes, sir.
Francis,
I'll at you guys.
Good seeing you, my guy. We'll see you again
soon. Yes, sir,
soon.
brother. Thank you.
Of course. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get the one, the only Mario Gomez in here. We got a couple of super chats too, guys. I'm going to get to those any second. Give me a second here to get to those. Here we go. Let's get Mario in, then we'll get to the super chats together. There he is, folks. There he is. There he is.
How we doing?
The one, the only. The one, the only. What's good, Mario? How you feeling after that, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, Pete. I'm ready to go, man. I want opening day like tomorrow at this point, man.
Bro,
I'm fired up. I love the answers. I mean, I don't know how you feel.
Me too.
If you've been
Me
reading
too.
through Twitter, there's been I think a Mets reporter tweeted out like kind of cherry picking certain things that he's only enjoying it, until he's here for the 1 year. Like, I don't buy that, man. I mean, if the Yankees give him a number, Pete, I truly believe the Yankees give him in that. I know some people might not be crazy about it. And that $500 million, I think he'll be willing to come back.
So,
I think they got it.
I'll share this with you real quick. So we played it live and we listened in, we turned off, listened in, showed him in the Yankee hat and all that.
Okay.
But I'll share this with you because it's funny you say that. So I started off this show and I said, I'm making a bold prediction right now. I said, Juan Soto is not going to see free agency. The Yankees are going to, Boris client, I get everything's against it. I truly believe the New York Yankees would have to be batshit crazy to allow this to go to free agency. And I think with him being so young and them being the New York Yankees, 14 years is not out of the question. And you go to 500 plus, 525, 530. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if Boris or them go, you know what? Turn this down and let's wait. I think there's a chance he likes New York enough. He enjoys it. He simply goes, let's go. Lock it in.
Are you talking about before he even steps on the field during his offseason? Or are you talking about maybe All-Star break?
I think it'll be during the season at some point. I don't even think it's going to last to that. You know, they got the little 5-day window before he becomes a free agent. You can have exclusive negotiations. I don't even think it takes that long.
You're that confident right now?
I'm confident that they got the guy they've wanted for a long time. Like I said, again, I'm not Jeff Passan and these people. But one thing I did report on, let me fix this real quick, my bad. One thing I did report on back in, I think it was like February of this season, I was told how badly the Yankees want this guy. And that was via free agency at that time. They'd go head over heels over trying to get him. They got their guy early, and I don't think they're going to let him walk away. And they know for a fact the last thing you'd want is to have other teams in competition.
Oh, that would be...
You don't want that.
Yeah, if you let the Mets get their hands on him,
you don't want
give him an insane offer. At this point, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by the All-Star break. That's what I was thinking, Pete.
I'm cool with that, too.
I think they definitely offer him something respectable during the offseason. I'm a little bit different from you, but I think it's definitely in the 450, 475 range during the offseason. Maybe he kills it in the first half. He's going to be an all-star. Like, listen, let's lock this guy up. Let's make it happen right now. This is the guy we want. And, I mean, I don't think many Yankee fans would be like, that's crazy giving this guy, upwards of $500 million. Him and Judge got their contracts at different parts in their career. I don't think certain fans understand that. Judge gets 9 years, 360. Soto gets 14 years. We're talking about, if you look at the AAV, he's probably getting close to $40 million a year. So just like Judge.
No question. So. And, anybody, I went on a whole rant about that. You probably saw that on Twitter. I went on a whole rant about this. You can't pay Soto more than Judge. Cats act like they forgot that A-Rod got paid more than Derek Jeter did.
It's about winning, man. It's just about winning.
It's all about winning. If Aaron Judge went there and was like, hey, guys, I get we want to keep this dude, but he can't get paid more than me. Look, I wouldn't want Aaron Judge on my team. And I don't believe that is Aaron Judge. So I highly doubt Judge would even blink an eye that a 25-year-old superstar stud who's already a World Series champion, perfect for what he also needs to help him win, he'd be upset about him getting more money. I don't think that's even a question.
Pete, at the end of the day, it's not Aaron Judge's money. Aaron Judge's not the one paying out of his pocket. He already got his deal, in his early 30s. He said he's the Yankees captain. Man, he's trying to win. I think he definitely had an influence on, towards the end of the season, he's going, I got ideas of, what I want to do in the offseason. Yeah. Definitely told Hal Steinbrenner, this is the guy that I want.
No doubt.
They're giving, and we'll talk a little bit about the manager if you want, but they're giving the manager everything.
Oh, yeah.
You got Juan Soto. This has been, if you want, we could talk about it too. The offseason, it's been so far, Pete, but
of course.
I mean, they've given the Yankees a lot this offseason. They've acquired a ton of players, and I don't think they're done yet. I think there'll be one or two trades. Yamamoto as well. We're waiting on that. I'm sure you hit on that yesterday, but I mean, man, there's no excuses, Pete. There's no excuses. Hal Steinbrenner is paying up.
Big time. And man. We're going to get into all that here momentarily. We got a couple of super chats to get to. Johnny Almonte, our guy, says, Soto jersey cost me $360. I'm wearing it on the 12th.
Yeah,
there you go, my guy. Marco says, any new updates on Yamamoto today / general Yankees news that I've missed? No, nothing really. There hasn't been any real update at all. Besides, I think he's now meeting also with Boston and possibly Toronto. So he's definitely doing his visits. Rod Thompson says, if you don't mind, please explain the backup plan. If we whiff on Yamamoto, I'd like to hear both of your thoughts. We'll talk about that. And let's actually start right there because Yamamoto is the big story, right? What we're on now, and we are officially on Yamamoto watch. So
100%.
at any time this week, anytime next week, which I believe is when he will sign next week, could potentially be Friday, the earliest. But we're on Yamamoto watch. So if news starts breaking that a decision is coming, you might see me on a 13-hour stream again. I have no idea, but we're going to be here for you. Backup plan to Yamamoto. Rob, be honest with you, I've been so damn confident, I haven't even thought about it. And I sit here now and think, I would assume it would have to be via trade. I don't think it's Corbin Burns. I don't think they would trade for Corbin Burns. I just don't. I don't know why. I don't see it.
Jack Curry yesterday was not, I was going to mention that too. He was not crazy about Corbin Burns.
Yeah.
He didn't give any real, he didn't give any real thoughts about Corbin Burns. I know a lot of Yankee fans know Shane Bieber. I mean, I don't think the Yankees would give him anything crazy. He's also in the AL. I know the Guardians would be willing to trade him to us. And then a package with Class A. I don't even know what that would look like at this point, Pete.
Class A would be amazing, though.
Yeah, but I don't know what that package would look like.
That's what they might do. So if somebody had to tell me right now what would be the move they make, I'd say they'd probably sign Jordan Hicks.
Yep.
They'd probably look to immediately jump to a guy like Jordan Hicks, lock him in long term, or 3-4 years, whatever it is, kind of shorten up that bullpen a little bit, and maybe look to piece together, or let's be real, probably Frankie Montas would be right back in the fold too.
A ton of question marks. Yamamoto goes to LA, and we know that as Yankee fans, Pete. The lineup is going to be much better with Soto in there, but we're talking Cole, and at the end of the day, Rodon had the season that he had. It's a bunch of question marks.
It's a
bunch of question marks. And I don't think they go after Snell or Montgomery. I see it in the chat a lot. Monty, I don't think he has any real interest coming to the Yankees unless they overpay the Rangers, whoever's after him, by like a ton. And then Snell, I just think he'll end up going elsewhere too. He wants big money, so.
I agree, and I think Snell probably stays on the West Coast. He's a Seattle guy. I don't know if Seattle's going to go after him. Benji in the chat just now said Lucas Giolito possibly. Decent pick. I got him going to Boston, actually. I think there's a good chance. I don't think the Yankees would pivot to Imanaga. I tell you what, I'm actually a little excited to hear that the Dodgers and all the teams that are interested in Yamamoto are talking to Imanaga, not the Yankees. So the Dodgers are, the Red Sox are, the Blue Jays are, the Mets are. They're all already starting to pitch to Imanaga, which I don't want to say that's some great sign for the Yankees, but it looks like they're doing their due diligence just in case. I haven't heard anything with the Yankees connected to Imanaga, who's a very good left-handed pitcher coming over from Japan. If Yamamoto wasn't in the picture, you'd hear his name a lot more. He's just being overshadowed right now by Yamamoto, but he's a must, Mario. He's a must.
Curry was confident about Soto, and he's very confident about Yamamoto. He's not talking about any backup plans. We know Frankie Montas will most likely be back with the team on a one-year deal, but he's extremely confident about Yamamoto. And Pete, if it gets too late next week and we hear no real rumblings with the Yankees and he's meeting with LA later in this week, Pete, I'm not going to be feeling too great. And I'm sure the chat feels the same way.
Well, what I think is going to happen is probably come Friday. That's why I said everybody, this week is so important. And yes, indeed, we will be live. We'll be live every day. You will be live every day until Yamamoto watch is over and completed. And then, of course, I think this offseason still has a lot of work for the Yankees, but at the end of the day, when it comes to Yamamoto, I don't see the Yankees. I mean, do you really see somebody going $400 million on him? Do you even see 350, 360, 370? I don't know.
320 maybe.
Maybe 320. Yep. And I'll be real with you. I think if it came to 320 and the Yankees said, hey, we can get, or they came to him and the Yankees said, we offer 285, we're kind of close. I think if Yamamoto said to Joel Wolf, I want to be a Yankee, Joel Wolf would say, look, he has an offer for 325. He wants to play for you guys. What can you do? I think Hal Steinbrenner would sit there and go, does 310 get it done? Does 305 get it done?
I was going to say 305, something around those lines.
Add the extra year, bro. I'll be honest. You got to win in the next 3 years. You got no choice. Add the extra year. Who cares? You're the Yankees. You're not a team that should sit back and go, he just wants one more year with you guys. Yeah, I can't do it. No, that's the point when you go, okay, kind of stretches out the AAV. Done.
If Rodon was phenomenal last year, Pete, we'd be having a totally different conversation.
Facts.
But the fact that he wasn't great, you got to go out there and get Yamamoto. Clark Schmidt, what is he going to be, our 5 this year?
Yeah.
His ceiling is maybe a 3.80 RA. You really don't know what you're going to get out of him.
You don't know who's
Second
Nestor?
year as a starter.
What is Nestor?
How many innings last year did he pitch? So
and good.
That's a huge question mark for the Yankees right now, but definitely need Yamamoto. If it takes 305, 310, I do think the Yankees go there right now with all the reports, but the extra year, I'm not even worried about that. Like, you got to try to win now. You know, Kevin comes on here. We always talk about on our pod how the way Judge and Cole are going to age, we have no idea how any of these guys are going to age. You hope Cole ages like a Verlander. That's our hope, but we really have no idea.
No, you don't know.
You got to go out there and get this guy.
The great thing for Garrett Cole is he's such a student of the game that even if he loses velocity, he's going to figure out a way to pitch. And he got great command. So he has everything that you need to be a pitcher. He could do that. But I'm right there with you. There's too many question marks right now. Too many question marks with the Yankees when it comes to not having Yamamoto in that rotation. And I believe the Yankees are 150% behind bringing this guy in. They want this player. And I'm going to say this about the Yankees. When they truly want a player, they usually get the player, to be fair.
100%.
To pat them on the back on that. Now, do they always want the right player? Maybe not. But have we wanted players in the past? Bryce Harper, we got too many outfielders. It happens. But when they have been out there and they really pushed to get a player, they have usually got him. And one thing we know for sure is they are extremely interested in Yamamoto, and they do want him to be a part of the rotation.
There's been
I
reports.
expect it to happen. I said 100% done. I stick to that today. I'm going to stay that way.
There's been so many reports about Yamamoto with the Yankees. They've been connected. Brian Cashman going there to watch his start there, is phenomenal start. And then going back to
at every single start.
Yeah, unbelievable. And then Soto, going back to his Washington days, Pete, the Yankees wanted this guy, and they really didn't have a choice. And it's the same way with Yamamoto. Like I said, if Rodon had a fantastic year, it'd be very different right now. I feel like maybe the Yankees would try to resort to, a trade, maybe get another guy on a 1-year deal. But at this point, I know the Dodgers threw a little wrench in there, and I know some Yankee fans are a little, Pete, Mary, I don't know, but this is their guy. This is their guy. They went out there. They saw him pitch, had a guy at every start. They got to make it happen, Pete. There's no question about it. They got to make it happen.
The other thing, too, about that is our culture is very, very different than the Japanese culture. One thing, and now, I've been saying this for a minute. I don't know if everybody knew this, but now reporters are saying this, is that there is the rumor out there that a lot of Japanese, not rumor, it's known in Japan, a lot of these guys do not want to play with another Japanese star. They want to make their own way. They want to bring their team to a championship and make their own legacy. Here's the question you got to ask. Is Yamamoto willing, no matter what the money is and the cost, he's going to make money either way. Is he willing to forever be second fiddle on the Dodgers? Because that's what he would be no matter what. Can't get out of that shadow.
100%. It wouldn't even be obviously it'd be a big deal to the diehards, the Dodger fans show up every day. But we're talking about around baseball. All eyes are going to be on Shohei Ohtani.
No doubt.
Don't kid yourself. Yamamoto's phenomenal, but you go in there, you would definitely be second fiddle to Shohei Ohtani, without a doubt.
And I think that is a major question that he's going to have to ask himself. Is the money worth that, or do I want to be the only Japanese star on the New York Yankees? Same question with the Mets. Kodai Senga really showed that he is a frontline starting pitcher. They got that there. He's loved by those fans already, as he should be. Does he want to do the same? I think he would probably overshadow Senga a bit. But what if he goes there in his first year and Senga outpitches him? I know it's okay.
Another great year.
Wouldn't care, but who knows? And people said to me, well, Pete, what if, he comes to the Yankees, he's second fiddle to Cole? I'll tell you this right now. I think Cole is the ace, no doubt about it. But what's to stop Yamamoto from coming here? Maybe he puts up a mid-2 ERA, and now you look at it and go, he is the ace of the team this year.
Yeah. He could be 1B.
Exactly.
And it's not another Japanese player. We're talking about Garrett Cole. We're not talking about Ohtani.
Exactly.
We're not talking about Kodai Senga.
And that's not even shitting on Cole saying that. I'm just simply saying he can make his own way on the Yankees and be that ace. He could still be that guy.
For a storied franchise too. I know you guys have hit on this too, Pete, when I wasn't on. about the Mets reporter talking about trying to persuade him to come to the Mets. Well, for me, Pete, right now, I think it's just Dodgers and Yankees.
That's how
Unless
I feel.
the Mets
I don't
blow
think
him
the
out of
Mets
the
are ready.
water, if they go 400 million, God bless them. I don't think they will, but because they're not win now right now. I think they're a year or two away.
Imanaga makes more sense for the Mets, in my opinion. He makes more sense for the Mets. And I could also see him. I think the Dodgers are a great trade for him because the Dodgers probably bring back Kershaw. I think that's about as obvious as it gets. I don't see Kershaw going anywhere else.
No.
I think he
Or
ends up getting a
retire
one-year
there.
deal. Or retires.
Yeah, he'll retire there.
So you either do one of those things, and then they have a shit ton of prospects. They match up so well with Tampa Bay. I see them probably getting Glass now. I think that's a real possibility. And they can also afford Snell. So it's not like where the Yankees are, where the Dodgers could go, damn, we missed out on this guy. What's left? Just pick. You guys could easily get 2 top starters. I mean, that's not hard for you guys to do. The Yankees, on the other hand, if you miss out on him, now you're looking at what do we trade on this roster to potentially add another starter? Who is that guy? Who's out there to do that? And
Marlins?
That's what I'm saying.
Marlins, yeah.
And again, a guy like Edward Cabrera is still a risk. You know what I mean? He's still a bit risky for a World Series caliber club, a team that wants to win this year. Garrett Braxton, a little less risky, but he doesn't have the stuff as Cabrera. So
he's a lock. Like, is he a lock for a number 2 right now?
No.
On the New York Yankees?
No.
And you kind of need that. You really need that number 2 with Rodon, man. There's just so many question marks. You like to have that 1, 2, 3. The only thing that worries me about the Dodgers is you look at that rotation, Pete. It's not great. It's not great. That's why
it's what they don't have right now.
Their fans are starving for that guy too, and they might go out and do a ridiculous package for Glass now.
Yep.
For Glass now, maybe cease. We'll see at this point, but I know that the chat was saying they might, give him an offer that he can't say no to. But I don't think it's gonna be 400 million. I think the Yankees will be in the ballpark with them. And if he really wants to be a Yankee, I think the Yankees will make it happen.
They'll make it work, no doubt. And the other thing too to bring up when it comes to Joel Wolfe, who is his agent, I heard Dan O'Dowd, former GM, speak about Joel Wolfe, and he said one of the things he knows for a fact is that Joel Wolfe hunts what his player wants. And some people will sit there and go, well, that's the job of an agent. Well, a lot of times they hunt the money because they're getting part of that. So they do look for the biggest dollar amount. And of course, the MLB Players Union, they want them to take the most money. But according to him, he said, look, one thing I know about Joel Wolfe is if this guy says he wants to go somewhere, he's going to target that to get that done in a range that is close to what everybody else might be offering. So if it is more money, if it's in a certain range, he'd say, let's do this one. If that's where you want to go, let me try to navigate you towards that. Not every agent does stuff like that. And when I heard that too, I said, that's interesting that he brought that up. And the Yankees also have a good relationship with Wolf. People kind of blew up the whole Stanton quote.
Yeah, that was super ugly during the season. Last season was an absolute disaster. But yeah, I mean, listen, like we said, if it's 320, Dodgers go 320, and Yamamoto really wants to be a Yankee, you sit down with his agent, you go, listen, we can go 305, 310. If he really wants to be a Yankee, we can make it happen. A couple million off, but I mean, we're giving him the extra year. Let's make it happen.
No doubt about
it. Something like that. I think that would work.
Couple of super chats here. American Primate says Yamamoto will be legendary in Japan if he beat Shohei's Dodgers in October. He'll be a Yankee. Keep up the great work, fam. Thank you, man. And oh yeah, he'd be a star beyond stars, even more so than he is now. David says it's just due diligence. Moto is joining Soto. I agree.
We need it, man.
I agree.
We need it. Too many question marks with the starting rotation, man. And an all-in year. Let's be real, it's an all-in year. You got to make it to the World Series with this team. There's no excuses.
If Hal Steinbrenner sat there and said, no, trade King and trade Thorpe, you know what he's thinking. He's thinking, we're going to get more. We're not just giving these guys up for no reason. Because if you think about it, there was some people that sat there and said, I mean, Michael King looked like a top-line starting pitcher. Giving that away is a tough call. That's not an easy thing to do. The Yankees did that, in my opinion, knowing that they have a very, very, very real chance of getting Yamamoto. Remember, there's a lot of people in the Yankees organization that have a lot of insight to Japan baseball. A lot of people. You could go look up a lot of the executives' name and look at their background. A lot of them have connections to Japanese baseball. Hold on, I just got to respond to this message real quick. But
I'm pretty confident at this point. Like I said, the Dodgers threw a wrench in there, Pete, but the Yankees gave away Michael King and Thorpe. And we wanted it to be Clark Schmidt originally. Kevin, me, you, we all wanted to keep Michael King, right?
Yeah.
He'll be a free agent in 2 years, but at this point, man, you don't really have another choice. You already put your foot in.
Yep.
You put half your body in the pool, man. As might as well go in full.
Yep.
Go in this year and go get that guy. This is your guy you want to get. There's been multiple reports about you being this is the number one guy you want to get for us pitching. You got to go out and do it.
Yeah, and get Yamamoto, and then you open yourselves up to trades. Then you sit back and go, look, we've spent a lot of money. That's all you really got to do out there. And now you do the other part, the creativity. I liked the trade yesterday or the other day, whatever it was, the Trey Sweeney trade to the Dodgers.
So for Vivas and Gonzalez.
Vivas and Gonzalez. If anybody has not watched Gonzalez hits the high 90s. Good slider, good changeup. Pitched in the World Series already. So he has that type of experience. And he's coming off elbow surgery, had that in 2022. Pitched to his FIP was like low threes. So it looks like he had maybe a little bit of quote unquote bad luck, as they say, with batted balls. But he's a guy I like a lot. And I remember when me and Dane were waiting for the trade, we kept looking at that 40 man and we go, all right, it's got to be a left-handed pitcher because the Yankees need it. And they got a ton. They had a lot of guys there. Gonzalez was one of those names. Yorbit Vivas is intriguing. He's pretty interesting. I talked to a Dodgers fan. I don't know if maybe they were a little salty about it. I have no idea. But they were kind of like, I never see this guy being a starter based off what I know. I see him more as a utility guy. He's 22 years old. He had very, very good numbers at what everybody knows is actually the toughest level, that is AA. Very good numbers there. Batted like 280 something. I think 12 homers or so. 800 plus OPS. And the good thing you hear about him is he's a bat-to-ball guy. And you're starting to see the Yankees go back to bat-to-ball guys. Put the ball in play. On base percentage, batting averages. You bring up Aaron Judge. What did Aaron Judge say? We got the best numbers in the world, but I feel like we're focusing on the wrong ones. Everybody knows he meant on base percentage and batting averages. One of the worst things the Yankees lacked in. It's as clear as day that that's the case. Yankees are adding that with Verdugo and with Soto, and we'll see what else they do. But it seems like they're trying to get back to a more basic, fundamental approach, and that is very much needed.
Definitely needed, Pete, because you look up at the scoreboard last year, and you look at those averages.
Horrible.
Guys hitting under 220, pretty much like every guy in the lineup, and that's not the Yankees that we know. Going back to Gonzalez, cheaper version of Wandy. I don't think he's making too much this year.
$1 million.
So I mean,
control for 3 years.
Yeah, I mean that means Wandy's most likely out. Let Matt Blake do his thing with him. I'm sure it'll be Gonzalez and I guess Nick Ramirez, the lefty, but not high leverage, not high leverage. We hope.
I still like a trade with the Marlins. I don't know who's the guy that gets you him, because now you got to remember. All right, if you got Yorbit down there now, he's going to be in AAA. Ended the year in AAA, struggled at that level, but he'll be in AAA. If you got him down there, what's Peraza's role? I've heard rumors of the Yankees saying maybe a super utility role. You can't do that to that kid.
No, I don't, though.
You can't really just destroy his value. What I would like to see is what I've been asking the Yankees do for a while. Be a little more, have a little more direction. If Glaber's your second baseman, he's your second baseman. That's it. Forget the trade, forget all that. He's your second baseman. But now you got to look at Peraza. And you got to look at Everson Pereira. These guys are blocked. They're blocked. Not saying something can't happen. People get injured. I get that. I understand that. But looking at it from this perspective now, and how do you get your team better for 2024? I pinpoint Miami. 100%. And I go, look, we got these two kids that could definitely help this team. One, you got Edward Cabrera, and they got lefty relievers also. Nardi's a guy who comes to mind as somebody they could trade for. How about one of your starting pitchers and a reliever for a couple of top prospects? I don't think that's a bad deal at all. I don't know if they would demand maybe more of a guy like Gleyber Torres. I don't think so. But
I'm sure the Yankees can get it done without Gleyber. Like you said,
100%.
right? Peraza, realistically, you look at it right now, the Yankees bench. If opening day was today, they had to put up the roster. Peraza's probably going to be on the roster. He'll be on the bench. Let's be real, opening day. He's not playing shortstop. Whether you think he's a better shortstop than Volpe or not.
Doesn't matter.
Yankees already made it clear. Volpe's their
100%.
guy.
Yep.
What are you going to do with DJ LeMahieu? You're going to put him on the bench? Guy's making, what, $15 million a year? Nah. You're going to put DJ LeMahieu at third base. Gleyber's at second. Rizzo will be at first base, right? Got the lefty bat at first. So at this point, where do you see Peraza? And like you mentioned, a team like Miami, Everson being blocked, although Soto be a free agent. Let's hope the hope is that we'll keep him. And Verdugo with another expiring contract, he'll be a free agent. So at this point, you already, in my opinion, Pete, I know Peraza's your guy. I feel like they already ruined him. Don't make him a utility. Yeah, don't make him a utility. Don't put him at third, short, second. Cabrera can do that, in my opinion.
Yep.
And then you can move certain guys around in the outfield. You know, Judge could play center and right, which I'm not too crazy about, but listen, we need the bats at the end of the day. The infield, you can move stuff around, but we need the bats, period.
And the thing too with DJ LeMahieu can't play every day. He can't be in there every day. No. You know, they're gonna have to relax him a bit. And I got a trade for you, Mario. I got a trade for you that the Yankees tried to make the year they got, or was it might have been last year. I don't think it was last year. I think it might have been the previous year. Who did they trade for? I'm trying to think. They traded for somebody, but they also had to deal with, I think the year they got Bader might have been.
Yeah, the walking boot year, and they were trying to give away Pablo Lopez, or they were trying to get Pablo Lopez, and they were we wanted Gleyber, and they said no.
Yes, but there was another trade out there too, if I remember well. Edmundo Sosa, they were when he was with the Cardinals. They originally tried to get him first, and they ended up with Bader. He is now with Philly, plays third base, could play short, could play second. Young, has good pop. I think he's coming into his own now. I would love to see if they revisit a trade like that, because that could be something very smart at third base to mix up with DJ LeMahieu, that they kind of split that time over there. I would like that a lot. I don't know how they would match up with Philadelphia and if he's going to start or not. I don't think he is. But Edmundo Sosa could be a name that they potentially revisit.
Would definitely be interesting, Pete, because I'm not too crazy. I see somebody in the chat said that Cabrera sucks. They would take Peraza over him 10 out of 10 times, but Cabrera plays everywhere. That's the one thing about him. I just don't see, I think Peraza is the guy where you just got to put him at one position.
You got to let him play.
Yeah, you got to let him play. And Edmundo Sosa would definitely be interesting, Pete, because let's be real. Yankees play, 6 games a week?
Yeah.
In the beginning of the year, you got to be thinking Stan's going to play 4 out of 6 and LeMahieu too. You got to be careful with these guys, especially early on. You know how cold it is in New York. Guys cramping up, this, that, and the third. DJ LeMahieu with his toe last year. Yep. But let's be real. He was awful in the first half for the Yankees. Had a little bit of a better second half. But he's not really a power threat. At this point in his career, I don't know. Maybe the toe is really healed up and maybe he'll hit, 15 out this year. But I don't really see him as that kind of power threat anymore. So play him 4 to 6 days a week. 4 out of 6 days a week in the beginning of the year, first couple months, and see how he looks, man, because he's a guy also getting a little bit older, and him and Stan, just 2 guys that you, at this point in their careers, you're not going to be able to move them.
Correct, exactly. And last year, Sosa predominantly played third base, but he's played short, he's played second, he's played center field. So he's a guy that also plays all over the place. He's got good power. They project him this year on Baseball Reference to hit 10 homers in 335 at-bats, 17 doubles, good speed. So, keep an eye on that. The only reason I say that is a lot of times when Brian Cashman looks to get somebody, he looks to try to get him again. And I still feel like there's some solidifying to do on the Yankees bench because you're right. I don't want to start the year they go, Peraza's a bench guy. I'm just like, that's just a waste. It just doesn't add up to me. It doesn't make sense if you got a guy like Cabrera already that can play everywhere. You got Trent Grisham. You got Jose Trevino and Wells when they spot each other time.
You got 3 bench spots locked up. For me right now, you got 3 bench spots locked up. Cabrera, definitely, whether you like him or not, he's going to be on the team next year. He's going to be a utility guy. Zach Hayes not coming back. One of the catchers between Wells and Trevino, most likely Wells on opening day. And then you have Trent Grisham, the 4th outfielder.
And then the Yankees also, if you guys remember, they did pick up Oscar Gonzalez. And, you know, if we look into Oscar Gonzalez a little bit, had a very, very bad year. But again, this is a guy that predominantly has always played the outfield. So he's an outfielder DH. That doesn't really fit what the Yankees need right now at all. They got a lot of outfielders. So I don't see where he would really make sense in that last bench spot. To me, it's more of an infielder is what you would need.
Yeah, the Yankees don't really need another DH at this point. Definitely need an infielder and maybe a guy with just more experience at this point. Like you said, an Amundo Sosa, especially with DJ not being able to play, you know, every day. They'll, you know how the Yankees are, even though Volpe's young, they'll definitely give him days off towards the beginning. And then even Glaber, he'll have his DH days here and there. So you got to put somebody there. So it'll be interesting to see a guy like on a cheap deal.
And the other thing, too, to remember is as we are 70 subs away now from 21,900, 170 away from 22K. Thank you guys so much. As of course, right now, guys, we are officially on Yamamoto watch. If you guys didn't know, that is what we're doing. We are on Yamamoto watch this whole week, next week, all that fun stuff. But I would not, I'll say it right now. I still feel like the Yankees are going to add another bat. I really believe that. They came out and flat out said they got to get better offensively. It was the worst part of our team. We were too bad offensively. We have to get better offensively. They've already done that. You can make that argument. They've gotten a whole lot better, and I think they have. 100%. But I still think they're gonna go ahead and get somebody else. Because the thing you got to remember, Aaron Boone flat out said, if the season started today, DJ LeMay is my third baseman. These guys have not shown much love at all to Peraza. Because he could have very easily said, you know, we liked how Peraza looked last year at third base defensively. He'll have a chance in spring to win that job. Or there'll be a competition. We're not really sold on who's going to be there yet.
Nobody mentioned Peraza. Yeah, it was just kind of DJ LeMay
at all.
No question about Peraza from the media, which was a little bit interesting to say the least, because younger guy, you would think the Yankees would want to get a little bit younger, try to, you know, play him at least a couple days a week, but nothing about him just going, yeah, DJ LeMahieu is our third baseman this year, which is interesting. I mean, $15 million. I don't think you can move him, but I mean, at this point, you're just gonna have to trade Peraza, man.
Yeah,
there's no real spot for him, and
I think he got value. I think he still has value. You know, at the end of the day, has he taken off at all at the major league level? No, but I do believe he has enough value that there'll be teams out there going piece him with somebody. That's something we'll look to do because we have an open spot, and he's been here. He knows for a fact he can do it with the glove. So just get everything else. You know, let him work on everything else. Do what the Yankees do with Volpe. Give him the golden ticket and go, look, man, don't worry about being sent down. It's your position.
I was just going to say, yeah, man, let him play every day. That's something we didn't do. Maybe let him play a full season, man. You know, he's not making much. Young kid still with a ton of potential. You know, you and I both see, you know, not here, unfortunately, because Volpe is a shortstop, but I think if he's playing somewhere else every day, maybe with him playing, you know, 150-something games, with him being young, shortstop for another team, maybe he does good in a place like Miami. I mean, we'll see at this point, but I mean, there's just no real spot for his team, and just not no real spot.
And for him, that's what I want to see. I want to see him be able to move on and get regular reps. And for the Yankees, it's just not valuable having him as a bench piece. So go ahead and move him. Look to maybe add even more so to the bullpen. So question I have for you is, are you comfortable with the late innings for the Yankees right now? Is that something that you sit back and you go, yeah, man, we could win with that?
Not at this moment right now. And you got to believe you're going in all in, right? At this point, there's got to be another move coming for the bullpen, especially. Yeah. Clay, even though I like his stuff, like him as a closer, but it's just, I feel like he's too shaky. Jordan Hicks definitely a guy that...
You never know what you're getting with him. You never know what you're going to get with him.
It's kind of a flip a coin with him.
Right.
It's really a flip a coin, but...
And I kind of think the Yankees at this point got to just give up that idea. It's like they're trying so desperately to make that work. And it's like, yeah, for 2 weeks it does, and then he hits a wall. And you got a week of blown saves or just a week of poor performance. I don't know who's out there, right? We talk about guys like Devin Williams. I would love it. We'd have no idea if they would trade him. I love the idea of Emmanuel Clase. I think he would fit the Yankees so damn well. But who is out there? Who's somebody that you're comfortable with? I don't know. I don't know who's out that he'd be comfortable with. I kind of go back to the Yankee system. They got a really good system of some hard throwers down there. But again, closing is a little different. Closing at the major league level is very, very different.
Not everybody has the stomach for it. Yep.
They had Scott Efros doing it when they first got him late in games, trying to get him in closer spots. I don't know if they go back to that. But you got Luis Heel, who looks phenomenal.
Possibly.
Is he a guy that the Yankees go, look, man, just unload for one inning? I'm not saying out the gate, that's what it is. But if they don't go and get somebody, maybe they kind of do that by committee for a little bit and see who takes over. I think he's a guy, if you go, look, man, one inning, go out there, just dial it up to triple digits, throw that slider, forget everything else, and just dominate. He could absolutely just blow people away.
I was going to say, do you want to try to build him up? If you get a guy like Yamamoto, you want to make him a starter when you really got Frankie Montas, most likely he's coming back for a year.
Yeah.
Is that what you really want to do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe they
right.
can give him, a chance in the bullpen. Guy throws 100 and let Matt Blake do his thing with him, man.
And it's easy cheese for him, man. And he's fully recovered, so he'll be ready to go immediately out of spring training. And if you guys have him on Instagram, you can see the guy's working every single day. I mean, he is working his ass off right now to be the best player he can be. Because when he came up, kind of lit the Yankees world on fire. He just dominated. He didn't give him a run of like 19 innings.
Yeah, and we were nervous too with the walk issues.
Yeah.
We were nervous about him too, but he just came out. Yeah, real well. He had a couple starts against the Orioles, the Orioles before that they had Gunnar and all these guys. But, I mean, they still hit a little bit then. They had guys like Santander still, and Luis Hill looked real good against them. So, I mean, coming back from TJ, we'll see what happens, but definitely the bullpen could be a good spot for him, a one-inning kind of guy.
We got a super chat from GNY51. Last year, Tampa Bay's Brandon Lowe, or Lowe, I forgot which one he is, I don't know, told Bally Sports, the Yankees are trying to ignite something over there. They are not worth our time. Thank you, Brandon. Let's go, Hal.
Yeah, bookmark that tweet.
Yeah. Bro, you guys have heard me talk about this a lot, man. I've said it a lot, right? I said, I can't believe the Yankees are being shit on so much. I said, I'm so tired of this, man. I'm so tired of this team.
It was after every series. It was every week.
Everybody would take in their turns and be like, how do we shit on the Yankees today? Let's figure it out. Figure or comment. They're a last place team, man. Who gives a shit about them? Like, it really was bad for us. Like, for us being used to being in the race all the time, like to hear other teams being like, why are we going to fight these dudes, man? They're a last place team. Who cares? It's only going to affect us. What's it going to do to them? It doesn't mean nothing. They're out.
Yeah, it's not worth to fight them because they're not going to be playing anything for a couple of weeks. And I don't know, man. Maybe, thank you, Brandon Lowe, whatever your name is. Because I think like Hal Steinbrenner, he booked market. And he was like, I'm going to get guys like Juan Soto. And we're going to be a different team next year. So, man, I'm excited. The AL East is going to be a tough division.
Very tough. Depending to see I think the Blue Jays, I think they're for real with Bellinger. I think that's a perfect fit.
Give him 12 years, please.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect fit for Bellinger. Let him take him. See what he does over there. I think that makes a shit ton of sense for them. The other one, the other question I want to ask you was, we're talking about, and I think we both agree on this, that it's very, very possible that the Yankees bring back Frankie Montas. I think that's a legitimate possibility, right?
Yes, for a year.
What does that do for the remaining people in the Yankees organization? What does that mean? What is that? I mean, for the starting rotation, I should say. Cortez out? They're not going to bring Frankie Montas back to go, hey, you're going to pitch out of the bullpen for us.
No
They're
chance.
not going to do that. So, Nestor Cortez out of the pen, long man? I mean,
that's the thing
feel
about
right.
That's the thing about the question marks. You got to say, if we get Yamamoto, which me and you, we're pretty confident about, so you got to go Cole, Yamamoto, Rodon, and those last two spots, you can pretty much make a case for everybody. It could be Nestor being the 4, Clark Schmidt. I'm going to move Clark Schmidt back to the bullpen. See some people talking about that. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility to bring back Montas because he's not coming out of the bullpen. And then you got guys like Beater down there and Warren that could possibly be making starts. And we know.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to bring this up. I think I actually might have. I messaged Dane about it. I had somebody reach out to me today about Warren, and they told me flat out that pay very close attention to this. That kid's the real deal. He said he easily paints 94, 95 on corners, has one of the best sliders in the system. And they said this kid wants to be a starter, and he wants it. He wants to go out there in big games. So he's a guy to really keep an eye on, man. I think the Yankees may have valued him a little higher than Drew Thorpe, to be honest. I know that might sound crazy, but that's what one of my guys was telling me today, that this kid got legitimate stuff, and a lot of people are sleeping on him. But a 360-something ERA in AAA, he went up from AA, got off to a slow start, and then found it out and just cruised. He dominated.
I was gonna say in the beginning it was inflated because he got beat up, smacked around. Yeah, he got smacked around his first couple starts, and a lot of Yankee fans like, oh, his value is going down. If you check his ERA, I believe like the last couple months he found his groove definitely for sure.
He found it. And I told Dane recently, Dane, you got to tell me. And I'm like, let me reach out to a few people, see what they say about him. And he's kind of climbed up for me a little bit because he's better than what I thought. I'm sitting there thinking, he's maybe more of a, one of those prospects, one of those, what's his damn name? Chance Adams. Is he like another Chance Adams out there?
No,
something
please
like that?
no. That would be a
Who's
disaster.
bagging groceries in Kroger right now? I think he is, compared to where he was supposed to be. But, the Yankees got a whole ton of arms. And I do think it's still a smart move to maybe bring in Montas. I know some people may go, yeah, but you don't really need him. Or what are you going to do with the other guys? If you want to save a little bit of money, teams need starters all the time. I'm pretty sure if you put out a flyer out there and go, hey, Nestor Cortez is available, I think there'd be a lot of teams saying, let's talk. What is this deal going to be? I think you'll have many offers or many teams interested.
Oh, a ton of teams interested. And
so you can sit there and go, save a few dollars. Yeah, he's arbitration eligible for a couple of more years. Why not?
Yeah, I think there'll be a ton of suitors for Nestor, but it's tough. It's tough because I think if they get Yamamoto, Nestor being the 4, the Yankees see that as, wow, you got Yamamoto 2, Rodon 3, Nestor 4, Clark Schmidt 5, or Montas would be the 5, most likely come back on a 1-year deal. It's like, all right, that rotation is much better after the Yamamoto signing.
Yep.
Would
you hold on to Clark there? If that was the case and that's the way they go, because there is question marks, right, in that rotation. He's probably going to make starts. He's more than likely going to make a lot of starts.
Will Warren will probably make 2 or 3 starts. We know how it is with the Yankees.
Are you comfortable with that? Would you be comfortable to go, our 6 starters, Will Warren, or our 6 starter, 6 and 7 is Will Warren and maybe Luis Heel, or something like that?
It's something the Yankees really got to take into account, especially I see the chat talking about Yamamoto. He needs another day's rest. Remember that.
True.
He needs an extra day's rest. So
they worked that very well with Tanaka, though. They did a very good job with that with Tanaka. So I'm not too concerned about how the Yankees will handle that.
Yeah, and Cole's gonna take the ball every 5 days. He doesn't really need an extra day. He's a workhorse. So, but I'm sure with Nestor too, coming off the injury, maybe the Yankees want to give him an extra day here or there. They might give a guy, like Will Warren, call him up for a start here and there, because and Montas too, coming off an injury. There's a lot of question marks, and Rodon.
And
so
remember to begin a year too, there's usually days off and things like that. So you kind of could work around that on, well, maybe Clark for the first month can make 2 or 3 starts. And you could you don't have to say, you don't got a 6-man rotation. Got a 5-man rotation, but you do got one guy kind of filling the gap every now and then. So the 6 starter is probably going to see a lot of innings in it. We got to remember this. Yankees gave up Johnny Brito. Yankees gave up Randy Vasquez. These are 2 guys that when the Yankees, to be fair, they were a better team towards the end of the year. They played better. They weren't, don't get me wrong, they weren't like no playoff team.
They weren't entertaining besides Dominguez.
They weren't entertaining besides when Dominguez got hurt. Then you kind of just wanted to see, well, let me see Wells, Everson Pereira, and Volpe. Yeah. And I was like, I cared about it. And Judge, of course, and when Cole started. But you got rid of those guys. The Yankees also, as of right now, which I think is a very important role, and people kind of roll their eyes about it, that guy who could come in the bullpen and throw 2 or 3 innings on games where maybe you feel like you're blown out, you let your offense work back, that Johnny Brito was doing and doing it very well. That's a pretty important role that you don't know who's doing that right now for the Yankees.
That's why it kind of drove me crazy when a lot of Padres fans were like, this guy Johnny Brito's a throwing piece. If you look at his numbers from the bullpen, bro, he was phenomenal.
Johnny Brito.
I believe he pitched in Houston. Yep. Him in Houston and Vasquez as well in Houston. They had They got us some big outs in that series. And I know it's like, oh, the Yankees were a last place team at that point. But for those guys, man, they want to prove themselves. And they got their value up. And maybe that's why a team like San Diego was like, I think this is a deal that we have to take at this point because we got to trade away Soto. And you look at Randy Vasquez, guy throws him in the upper 90s, Brito as well with that changeup. You got to find a guy that can fill that role in the bullpen. And it very well could be Clark Schmidt.
It could be.
It very well could be.
He's done it. And he's done it. You know what I mean? He's done that before. So, yeah, it could be him. And I would say if it is him, it's probably best case scenario for the Yankees rotation because that means they definitely got Yamamoto, if that's the case. So let's start wrapping the show. We got 10 more minutes here, but I do want to finish off right back to where we were again, talking about Soto briefly and then finish up on Yamamoto. Chad, if you guys got questions, we'll be happy to close out with some of those.
100%.
And again, just so you guys are aware, if anything breaks, any news is out there, any big rumor, I'm here. Whether it's a video or a live, I cleared my entire week to make sure we're here. I got one call at 7 o'clock, but other than that, we're good to go. Soto today. I don't care what a Mets fan says. I don't give a poot about that. I saw a guy that seemed pretty damn giddy that he's a Yankee. And I do believe that Papa Soto, I don't know if this is true. I read something that said he's going to be at every single Yankee game this year, which he's never done for any other team.
Yeah, he's a huge Yankee fan. I was actually going back and forth with a lot of Mets fans on it, and a lot of other fans. Oh, well, Soto would have been happy, anywhere where he was. And I'm like, I don't think that's true, man. Like,
I don't think that's
your
true.
family means something to you, and then he's having the quotes about, playing in front of, a Dominican, a big Dominican community in the Bronx, We're definitely going to show out there and be there for all the games. And he said it was cool, being a visitor as well. But the fact that he's able to be with the Yankees now, knowing that's his dad's favorite team. Yeah, it was confirmed that his dad is a huge Yankee fan. Bro, that's you got to take that into account, man. This is your father, the man that showed you the game of baseball.
Yeah.
He's a human being, man. He's still a human being just like all of us.
You got a great relationship with your dad when it comes to baseball. I have a great relationship to this day with my father when it comes to baseball. If I was a ball player, if you were a ball player and you're like, oh, I'm playing for the Yankees, my dad's favorite team, even if you sit there and go, well, I didn't care where I played. You're like, but your dad's going to be there be like, hey, man, you're on this team, man.
Yep.
Stay here. Your dad's going to be telling you, stay, figure it out, stay there. And let's be real, man. I don't see any way that Soto plays for the Yankees and is like, I don't like being here. Yankees got the top of everything. I make fun of it sometimes and I joke about like now the sleeping pods.
The sleeping pods. I knew you were going to say that.
But Mario, the fact of the matter is that is baseball today. That's sports today. These guys have all these things at their feet. You could sit there and go, they're soft and that, but it's all across sports. It's just today's environment. It's how it is. These guys are pampered too. They get paid a lot of money. They want to give them anything they could utilize to stay on the field or whatever it is. Whatever luxury they get, they give it to them. And the Yankees do it better than just about anybody out there. Everybody knows it. Even Soto said, when I played against them, it was different. You go playing against the Yankees, it's still the Yankees. It's still Yankee Stadium. You want to hit a home run there. You want to do something big. I also love that he said, the short porch, basically who cares? My approach doesn't change. I think opposite field.
He thinks hitting the ball back up the middle, line drive, wherever it goes, it goes. That's just how he is, man. And he's going to hit one to the short porch for the first time. It's going to go over and he's going to be like, start laughing around the bases. Like, man, I can hit 40 of these for, the rest of my career, man. I want to stay here.
I said this on a live the other day. As Vinny, yes, it has been confirmed that his father's a big Yankee fan.
He posts all over Instagram, too, if you guys want to follow his dad. Kevin found it out. Yeah, so.
I'll tell you this right now, man. I was joking around about this, but I'm kind of not. I hope Soto in Houston hits a home run so far he grabs the bat and just flings it. I don't care. I just want him to spike it like he did against the Yankees. Just do a big flip, something where it's like, yeah, I'm here now. You beat this team before in the league. I'm here now. Now let's see what happens.
Nah, man, we need that. The Yankees are changing it up a little bit, Pete. They're getting a guy with some fire, not just a phenomenal baseball player, but a guy with, who's gonna play with a chip on his shoulder, man. That's the way he just plays the game, and I think it's gonna be very exciting for a lot of Yankee fans to watch this guy play day in and day out.
Yep. No
Super
question
excited.
about it. And then when it comes to Yamamoto, confidence level, you still high? You up there, or what are you thinking?
I mean, you're persuading me. You're persuading me a little bit more. I'm at like 65%. He's gonna be a Yankee.
Okay.
65.
So you're still favoring the Yankees.
Yeah, but you know the Dodgers are gonna give him something. We'll see what the quotes come out with the Dodgers meeting and stuff like that.
Yep.
You know how people want to get the news out, give little tad bits of what's going on. But I mean, I'm still pretty confident he's gonna be Yankee. This is their guy. This has been
I
their
think
guy
so.
since they traded him away. So they
I
traded
think
away
so, and
King and Thorpe.
Let me throw it to the chat too. If you guys were to put a percentage point on it that Yamamoto will be a Yankee, let me see those numbers in the chat. I really want to see where the Yankee fan base is on this. If they would
Yesterday was down.
they still feel that way. Yeah, yesterday was definitely down.
Yeah.
Once it came out about that the deferred payments,
Dude, how is that legal? How is that legal, man? That was
the CBA. They never changed it. They wanted to, but they didn't. We got a couple of 75s, 50. It's kind of low. It's kind of mid. It's kind of mid, 55, 34%.
I'm telling you, it's the Dodgers.
50.
It's the Dodgers,
The
man.
Dodgers
If it was another
scared
team,
you guys, what kind of Yankee fans are you all that you make the Dodgers? No, I get it. I do. And look, our own team, our own NYYU team are sitting there going, damn, man, the Dodgers, bro. When the Dodgers
you're
did
you're the
that,
one that's like the optimistic one that you're saying, nah, this is the
optimistic
Yankees
one.
guy.
I'm usually not, but I'll tell you this, and I'm gonna leave it just like this when it comes to Yamamoto. The Yankees have wanted this dude for a long time. It's not a 1-year thing. It's not that the Yankees just saw him this year and go, oh, they got this guy over there, let's go see him. They've been scouting this guy every year that he's been in the league. Every year he's been in there, right? They got Swimi Manami. They got Gene Afterman. These two know Japanese players like nobody else. They're all in the front office. They know Japanese players. They got insights more than anybody else when it comes to Japanese ball players. They 150% want this guy and his team. The Yankees already have experienced what the revenue looks like when they have a Japanese star on the team. They know that already, hands down. He is also the best starting pitcher, the biggest star that can come from Japan right now to the Yankees. They know all that. So if it is a few million difference, I am overly confident that Hal Steinbrenner says sit there and go, hey, throw the other 20, no problem, add the deal. Joe Wolf, does it get it done? Okay, we're at what? We're at 8 years. We're at 8 years, whatever, 295. We'll give him 315. Does that close it? Hell, Cody, done.
Yep.
And that is what I think is going to happen. The Yankees don't do this with regular players and miss. Hal Steinbrenner, one thing you can say, whatever you want about him, he has spent money. He's right now very willing to go, we'll go over 300. I don't care. I'm sick of what happened last year. It was disgraceful. He's mad. He's angry. He's upset. And he has every right to be. I think at some point, I said this a lot last year, when is Hal Steinbrenner going to have the shit up to here and say, somebody get me out of this because I didn't do this? It's these guys. And enough is enough. I'm going to take over. And I think we're seeing that. And again, people could clip this. You got all the right in the world to make fun of me forever. I don't care. He's going to be a New York Yankee.
Listen, he's not his dad. And Pete, I love the confidence, man. It makes me go from like 65 to like 80. If you really, you've been the one out of the team that's been like, listen, guys, I know whatever happened with the Dodgers, I'm not worried.
Nope.
This guy is going to be a New York Yankee. And listen, we got number 18. Nobody wore it last year.
Nope.
It's waiting for you, Yamamoto. You don't want to be in Shohei's shadow. That's the biggest thing, right? You talked about, playing with another Japanese player. You don't want to possibly be in Kodai Senga's shadow. I know you still be a big star there, but what if he has a better year? You and Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon, it'll be a real special rotation. We got number 18 waiting for you in the Bronx when you want it. Hopefully by Friday, but wouldn't be surprised if it's like early next week.
And we go ahead and say, we go from your idol growing up, Masahiro Tanaka, to you. You also will have the biggest contract ever for a Japanese player coming to the Yankees that we've ever signed. We signed a lot of them. You'll have the biggest one ever. There. You'll be immediately known for that. Matsui, Tanaka, Kuroda, you. You guys have all performed here. Now it's your turn. Get the deal done.
100%. You said you wanted to play for, great franchise, storied franchise. Got to make it happen, Yankees, man. This is your guy. This guy, loves Tanaka. Make it happen, man. Make it happen. We need this, man. You're going all in. You got half your body in. Just go in already, man. If it's an extra million, go.
Do it,
If it's an extra million, make it happen, bro.
If you guys thought I was excited about Soto, we got Yamamoto, fam. Let me tell you something. It's been a long time. It's been since Garrett Cole that I bought a Yankee jersey. That I said, you know what? I need that number 45 here. I would be getting 22, and I'll be getting 18. And Mario, we're going to go rocking spring training in Tampa with those jerseys. And if I were to get both of those guys to sign them, they're never being worn again. They're going to be framed and hung, and that is it. Because this offseason, as Francis said, and I love that he said this, he said, Pete, the significance of December 6th is maybe even more so than we even know. It's the day we got Soto, but it could very well be, again, the day that the Yankees have made their return and that Hal Steinbrenner decided what's been done before has not worked. I got to do what my father did. I got to go out there, put my foot down. I may not have to fire people. I may not have to be an asshole. But when the going gets tough, the tough got to get going. And nobody was tougher than George. So he went out there and said, let's go ahead, get these guys, trade the prospects that I never want to trade. Trade them, get rid of them. Get this guy here. He's a Yankee. We need him. Yamamoto, whatever it's going to cost, do it, get it done. I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. And guys, who knows? Maybe Mario's going to be the one joining me for Yamamoto.
Listen, we're willing to switch everything up. Hal Steinbrenner said, man, I'll open up my wallet. I got crucified during the season. Yeah, I gave Cashman the extension. I did all this. But I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get you guys Soto. I'm going to get you guys one of the best available starting pitchers in the Japanese market as well. I'm going to bring all these guys here. There's no excuses now. We got all these players here. We got Aaron Judge back. Let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. It has to happen.
So with that being said, guys, we got the conference today. Oh, I got to ask you that too real quick before we sign off. He didn't do the jersey today. I think they're going to hold something at Yankee Stadium.
You got to hope, right?
Yeah, how do you not do the jersey for a guy
I mean, the Zoom meeting was... I don't know how you felt. Also, you're on live a little bit. I mean, they're like, you see Zillow there, and I'm not his biggest fan, honestly, but you see him, he's like, he's like, hey, can you unmute your mic? And I'm like, bro, it's Juan Soto. He's there with the hat on, smiling, and I'm like, bro, what are we doing? Like, it's I don't know. It's not like, I don't know, a lot of people like.
I'm sitting there thinking, like, while I'm watching it, and then when he didn't put the jersey on, I'm like, all right, man, they just introduced him to the media, and they were like, look, let's just show this off. Let's show it. Let's put it out there as a conference. I believe they're going to have to do something at Yankee Stadium when he goes ahead and puts the jersey on. Maybe they're sitting back going, let's get that 09 thing again. Let's get that 09 thing again, too, where it goes Soto, Yamamoto, and then maybe somebody else. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. And chat, one more thing. Friday, I'm getting the head shaved, all right?
Oh, my God, he's doing it.
Friday.
I told
sorry,
you these people don't forget.
They
They don't forget it.
You guys give me a hard time. I wanted to talk Yankees first. I didn't want it to be a distraction. Friday is going to happen, all right? Friday at 1 o'clock. Everybody take it easy, man. Don't get on my case, all right? Go hello suave. All right, we gonna get the head shaved. Let's take it easy, man. But you better like this video, man. You better like this video. That's all I gotta say,
hit the
man.
like, man.
Like it up.
We started this damn thing before we even went live. Barely, we had 1,000 people in here waiting. So you guys have been truly amazing. We're literally 66 subs away from 21,900. We'll be hitting 22K soon enough. But like I said, guys, anything breaks, you know where to go. Right here, NYYU. Join the movement, join the fam, join the U. You guys already know the deal. Mario, we out, my guy.
Jordan the Barber. Trust Jordan the Barber.
Jordan the Barber. Shout out to Jordan the Barber. Go check him out, guys.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told him last year that I been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text from way downtown.